Submit to the High Council. I am your host, Jeremy, and I am joined by world-famous comic book artist, Ethan Van Sciver. Ethan, how are you?
I'm good. I'm Ethan Van Sciver of Comic Artist Pro Secrets. It's a pleasure to be here tonight.
Hang on just a minute. Of course, I turned all of my sound down so I can't hear anything that you guys are saying. So,
we're a professional operation here, folks.
And
should I do it again? I can do it again.
Sorry about that. And returning from last week, Doomcock, after his triumphant debut on the High Council. Doomcock, how are you doing tonight?
I am fine, and I want to say greetings, High Council. Doomcock is pleased as heavily spiked punch to return to the High Council to join you in defending the fandom menace against the scurrilous slanders of Ryan. It's my party, and I'll lie if I want to, Johnson.
Holy shit, it's the guy from the Super Friends. I'm really happy to have you on. That's awesome.
I knew.
Meanwhile, just glad to be here.
I knew I had to bring him back last week when you weren't here, Ethan. I was like, we got to bring Doomcock back. We have to.
Oh, terrific.
And from world-class bullshitters, Jeff Hicks. What's up, Jeff?
Hello, everyone. It's good to be back on the High Council. It's going to be a good night.
It's going to be a very good night. I mean, did anything happen this week? You know, Star Wars just tends to be a very slow news cycle. So I think we need to start talking about other things. Maybe like Cyberfrog, because Cyberfrog is actually something people care about. You know what I mean? But that's just a quick plug.
Well, I've made $80,425,000 more than Solo. So right now, at this point, I'm in the black. Cyberfrog Blood Honey, the highest grossing crowdfunded comic book of all time. That's due to the audience right here. That's due to this crowd, and I love you guys. Thank you so much. Awesome.
Yeah, we have amazing support from this community. I really appreciate everyone supporting Doomcock last week. I think your sub count jumped, about 1,500, 2,000, Doomcock?
Yeah, right in between there. Yeah, it was at least 1,500, and due to the power of the High Council. Thank you, gentlemen.
Yeah, definitely. And yeah, we really appreciate all the support. And so, you know, I made a video about this yesterday. Ryan Johnson, to me, in my opinion, seems extremely free to give his own thoughts now on Twitter. And my theory is that he either has been told that he's not going to get his trilogy, or that he's come to the realization that he screwed up so bad he's not going to get it, because he has turned the petty notch up to 150, and he's been petty the whole time, but now it's really bad. So have you guys been paying attention to Ryan Johnson on Twitter and how he's been acting towards people?
I try not to, but you can't avoid it at this point.
I got to look right now. I got to look at what this circular skull buffoon is saying on Twitter. I try to avoid him as much as I can. The guy looks like somebody stuck a bicycle pump in John Denver's head and started inflating it. I truly can't take very much of Ryan Johnson's Twitter. And by the way, he subtweeted me while I was away in Arkansas. I got this strange ass notification that was like, Ryan Johnson has replied to you on Twitter. And I was like, what? And I looked at it, and I guess that was when he got defensive over George Lucas's interview with, it turns out that interview was with John Lawrence. I thought it was with, not John Lawrence. What's his name? John Kasdan. Petulant interview with George Lucas and John Kasdan. And he responded to it with a bunch of like, burn. I'm going to burn on George Lucas. And I got tagged in it. So I received all of Ryan Johnson's hate response, which was kind of fun.
Yeah, somebody sent me a private message. They said, dude, Ryan Johnson's going after EVS on Twitter right now. I'm like, what? Are you serious?
I wish.
and I looked at it and I was like, okay, he's in the mentions, but he's not. Because at first I saw you were in the mentions. I'm like, holy crap, we're doing an emergency High Council right now. And then I realized that it wasn't that exactly. But anyway, so what happened was Ryan Johnson sent out a tweet and he said, lots of people on Twitter give writing advice, writing and filmmaking advice. My only advice is follow Chris McQuarrie. And he added Chris McQuarrie. And then some guy named Jacques said, I guess you need some advice after the Last Jedi crap. And then somebody's got some background noise going on. So
That's me. I'm sorry.
Okay.
I'm
You're
fixing
good.
it up.
You're a little quiet tonight, Ethan.
I'm changing my headset.
Okay.
That's the background noise that you're complaining about. So
okay, got you.
yeah.
So then Ryan responded and said, "Sorry you didn't like what Jacques, and I appreciate you for following me, but I decided to start cutting people who chime into nice conversations with me replies out of my timeline. So I'm blocking you. Sorry, take care." And my response to Ryan, and I don't have the tweet in front of me, but I basically just said, "Hey Ryan, looks like your expectations for Twitter were subverted." And then I said, "Imagine someone jumping into something pre-existing and putting their own spin on it with no respect for the history." And everybody knew what I was talking about, and so it was great. But obviously, he didn't respond. I'm still not at the Ethan level where I've been in Ryan Johnson's mentions, but I'm working towards that.
It's a good goal.
And I see all of your super chats, guys, and I'm going to get caught up. But we want to try to lay the framework of what a few of the topics are going to be. The other thing that's going on, and I'm sure a lot of you have noticed, is the shills are in true desperation. Desperation right now. I mean, they are reaching. They are going earlier. Friends of mine, Rebel Force Radio. They have people that are trying to, like, the people that are following these shill people that can't do anything but defend the Last Jedi and call everybody racist and sexist. Now their followers are trying to suggest to them that maybe they should go after the employers of Rebel Force Radio, like their personal employers, and spread this stuff about them being racist and sexist. And man, I'm just like, what is going on? Like, how have we gotten to this point where they're this desperate now? They're this desperate. Have you guys seen any of that going on? And not specific to the RFR, but not specific to RFR, but just in general. Have you guys seen anything going on?
I'm too busy for that.
Well,
all joking aside, though, I've seen it with Retroblast and got fucked over about a month ago for nothing. So it affects people that don't even do anything.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you can get tarred with a brush just by existing. Not one of those like fucking guys. One of those false flag operations that they had put out was retweeting my stuff, and somebody alerted me to that fact that they were trying to tar me as a racist, sexist, square dance caller, what have you. And they were just fucking with me, and I had no idea they even existed. So there you go.
Yeah.
Well, guys, I mean, I've said it on my own channel, and it's really time to face it. We are like in stage 15 of SJW convergence of Star Wars. Now, we are the resistance. We are the actual rebellion. We are fighting back, and we do have them on the ropes. I was too late to save comics. I was too late. I didn't know what was going on in comics. I didn't fully understand it. But like I'm warning my channel, this is what's going on. What happened with comics and Comicsgate, which I am at the forefront of right now, is happening right here in Star Wars with Star Wars Gate, even to the degree. There's a wonderful article by Disney Star Wars is dumb .net. What is that? You guys all know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I think it's a .com. I'm not sure though.
I talk to that guy all the time.
Yeah, he's fantastic. He did the 20 stages of SJW convergence of an entertainment property, and we're right at about 15. I mean, he even pointed out right at about stage 10 is when the damseling comes in, and that was our friend Kelly Marie Tran. Oh my God, female victim in order to shut us up. And did it work? Are we quieter? I think we're louder than ever. I've still got my cardboard Tico staring at me from right behind my desk. And, I've still got my box of Rose Ticos behind me. It's all about Rose Tico and Kelly Marie Tran right now for me and my heart. I don't know about you guys. But that is what's going on. And they're crazy right now, and they're going to do what they do. Rebel Force Radio has reached out to me, and they have told me that they are in distress. Some bitch-made fool was attacking Rebel Force Radio for associating with me. I actually extracted a public apology from that bitch right on Twitter. You can enjoy that if you.
I remember that.
Yeah. That was this past week. You got to fight back hard, guys. Hard against these people. Hard. And I hope Rebel Force Radio is willing to do that. The key way to do it is to actually just stand up to them. Rebel Force Radio does need our support. Rebel Force Radio does need to actually say, F you. I mean, literally, loud and proud, F you, we are who we are. Stand up and say, I don't know if they are Trump supporters, but that drives these people nuts. Yeah, I voted for the president. Trump 2020. Let them know who you are. Let them know who you are and back them right down again. And, fans, these fans in this chat, you need to stand behind people that are under siege by SJWs. Winston Smith says, RIP Frank Sinatra, rest in peace, homie. All right. For real, you guys have to stand behind Rebel Force Radio. Get behind them. Fight off their attackers. Okay? And that's what, if they find out who these guys are working for, they're going to lose their jobs. That's inevitable. That's just inevitable. What do you think of that?
No, I think you're spot on, and a point you made too is I don't care. I don't care what anybody's personal politics are. I really don't, and we don't tell you our politics because we're trying to put it in your face. We're telling you that because the SJWs are trying to weaponize personal politics now. And we're not going to let them. So that's why I had to come out and say, yeah, I'm a Trump supporter, because they're trying to weaponize it. I saw what they were doing to Ethan. And again, for a couple of years, I was, as the leader of Geeks and Gamers, I was nervous to say that I was a Trump supporter because I didn't want it to hurt, the brand. And I'm just realizing, like, if we don't let it hurt things, then it can't hurt things. And we can't allow them to weaponize opinions and associations. So the fact that they're trying to say, well, you retweeted this person. And even though like the retweet was Ethan, like that's not something that's bad, but they try to say if you retweet anybody, like Steel Wars earlier was saying that just because you retweeted someone you're not supporting everything that they say is the equivalent to my dog ate my homework. What the fuck are you talking about? Like,
yeah.
so like literally everybody I've ever retweeted, I'm responsible for every thought like really? Like, it makes no sense to me. So, all right.
I am responsible for everyone's thoughts, by the way. Everyone that I retweet, I take the blame.
Are we having problems with the stream because everybody's typing F right now?
I was having trouble hearing you, Jeremy.
Really? Okay.
No,
You
it's
were
the same
cutting out.
person. It's the same person typing F over and over again.
Okay.
So it's that person's stream.
Okay, got you. Okay, so let me jump onto a few super chats and then we'll jump back into this really quick because we've got a lot and I've got to get caught up here. GRP Poll says, Uncle E, he will be writing down transcripts and reminding you about this show 3 weeks from now. I don't know exactly what he's talking about.
Who will?
He says Uncle EE, and he's got Uncle capital double E capital HE. I don't know what that means.
Okay. That my dad came on and told them all that my childhood nickname was EE, and now they're all calling me Uncle EE. I'm getting tortured left and right by these people.
Nicholas Glenn said, okay, so last week I missed a funeral, got no snatch for a week, then got on tonight, and she just left me. Bye, woman. Long live Doomcock.
Nice.
Dude, you are a fucking warrior. You are dying on the front for us. No, for a week, and then she leaves you. God damn it. Here's to you, pal. Here's to you. God bless you.
Logan Michael says Ryan Johnson looks like my 8-year-old cousin.
Same facial hair.
Yeah. Wayne the Sex Machine says, can we hear Doomcock rage about Star Trek Into Darkness? Love the show. I think he's saying he loves the show just to hear you rant. So what do you think there, Doomcock?
I couldn't hear you. Cut out. What did he say?
Damn it! Really, another cutout? All right.
I'm so
Wayne.
sorry.
No, it's probably my fault.
I heard you.
Wayne the Sex Machine says, "Can we hear Doomcock rage about Star Trek Into Darkness? Love the show," is what he said.
Star Trek Into Darkness is the film that made me coin the phrase "a fractal of shit," because it's kind of like no matter how deep you drill down into Star Trek Into Darkness, you will never find all the horrible fucking shit that is in there. I mean, literally, it is a brain damaged, like, forefather of goddamn Star Trek Discovery. There are no words for how fucked it up. Look, man, they destroyed space travel by inventing briefcase transporters that'll beam you clear from Earth to fucking planet Kling, whatever the fuck it's called over there. And then you've got con blood that'll bring you back if you die. So there's that. And then you've got this goofy fucking secret base, this plan to build this top secret fucking like destroyer starship, right? And where did they put it? In orbit around fucking Jupiter, which is like the biggest like tourist spot in the whole goddamn solar system other than Saturn. So you're going to have all sorts of people flying around Jupiter and say, hey, what's that fucking starship down there? That giant fucker painted black with shark teeth, you know? So
All right,
it's just the worst goddamn thing. That's my rant.
I gotta slow you down. All right, Rick Ray says, "Are John Caston and Ryan Johnson having an affair?"
Yes.
They really do. On Twitter,
that's-
they do that whole passing the notes back on Twitter.
No, you know what they
nonsense is
do?
what
It's
it
the
feels
same
like.
thing as what Ryan Johnson did that you were just talking about to what's his face? Who's the guy that just denounced the idea of ever doing a Star Wars movie again?
Oh, Christopher McQuarrie, whatever his fucking name is.
Yeah, this is what they do. These SJWs, they're like orangutans. They groom each other. It's social grooming. So they'll sit there on Twitter and they'll be like, they'll be feeling bad in their hearts. They'll feel lonely. They feel beat down. So they reach out and give a little groom. They eat the lice off of another gorilla, and you know what I mean, and give him a little scratch, rub his balls a little bit, and they'll be like, "Oh, Christopher McQuarrie is just so brilliant. Christopher McQuarrie is so brilliant that he blows my mind all the time."
That's not what he
Hashtag
blows.
mind blown. And then Christopher McQuarrie has to come back. Can you guys hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Christopher McQuarrie has to come back and be like, "Oh my God, Ryan, you are the furthest thing from an asshole that I've ever." And then that's what they do. That's SJW social grooming on Twitter. It's absolutely disgusting, absolutely repugnant. And then yeah, of course, both of them will team up together against the fans, which is what they've done this week.
A little tip for the SJWs out there: when you're grooming, a thing that will help you is lice-a-roni. It helps those lice go down smoother. Stick with that.
Party Alm Civi says,
Yeah.
"Happy Freedom Day. Looking forward to watching this back later. Viva la High Council. Hail Doomfist. Glory to the Empire that did nothing wrong." Chubsy Ubsv says, "EVS, Andrea is beautiful. Does she have any single sisters? Cyberfrog, order number 948. Can't wait for Rainbow Brute. Love the High Council Tuesdays."
Aunt Andrea is beautiful. Your Aunt Andrea. And thank you. No, she doesn't have any single sisters. I'm sorry.
GR Peephole, Captain Cummings is clearly Comicsgate Ethan.
Yeah, okay, cool. Let him do this. Let
What
him get
happened
called a
with-
Nazi.
What happened with him? 'Cause
A lot
on
of
my
people have been
Mojo
talking
people-
about that. So you want to get into that?
Into what? Into
What else?
Comicsgate?
Something with Captain Cummings happened.
Oh,
a lot
yeah,
of people
yeah.
talking about it. So.
All right, so this week, first of all, Cyberfrog Blood Honey made $425,441. Okay, that's people don't make that much money on a single comic book, but that's what happens when you do a successful Indiegogo. Now, there's there are a few people who are also kind of Comicsgate social media guys. They're on YouTube, Comicsgate channels. They've kind of feel like they've been left behind a little bit. And jealousy is emerging. I understand. And a faction of them turned on me because I said, inadvertently, guys, I'm on a stream and they're putting out all these like Donald Trump parody books, like Trump Space Patrol and all the. Somebody asked me, a fan said, "What do you think of those?" And I said, "That's just not the way forward for right-wing comics. I mean, we want to do books that, that are all inclusive, that aren't political." That's my opinion. I didn't realize who was behind those books. The guys who were behind those books all got very offended and thought I was gatekeeping and keeping them out, like I'm a kingmaker. Because whenever I promote someone else's Indiegogo, it blows up. And they were furious with me, and rightfully so. I had no business criticizing any one particular artist's books, but I was criticizing the whole idea of any Trump comic books. I think it's dated, it's old, it's just not a good idea. And so they turned on me in jealousy. And then I said, "Guys, I feel a little bit like Julius Caesar," and they said, "See, he thinks he's a king." I was like, "No, I just meant the knives in my back. I just meant the knives in my back."
So basically, you got demonized for having an opinion that other people didn't agree with. So
demonized. I just had people turn on me for a little while. I think everything's better now. Captain Cummings is gone. I mean, Captain Cummings went full SJW on me. I mean, really beyond the point of no return. And I reached out to him and said, "Are you sure you want to do this?" And he's like, "Fuck you, Star Wars shill." And I went, "All right."
How are you a Star Wars shill?
I don't know. I don't think he knows what shilling means.
You know what's funny is I said the SJWs. So here's what they try to do is they try to say only white men hated The Last Jedi, and only minorities are SJWs. That's their thought process. Like they don't want to think that in our opinion. So they're like, oh, why are you calling out SJWs? Do you have a problem with white women and minorities having opinions? It's like, are you trying to say that that's all that SJWs are? SJWs don't have a race or a gender. they're they're part of the outrage culture for no reason.
And most of the ones that you'll hear from are actually white males, or they're blue-haired fat females. I mean, but they're white.
Right. A lot of these shows will have a bunch of white dudes on there talking about how we're so racist and sexist and afraid of women. It's like, you don't even have any women on your show or you're any minorities. You're just a bunch of white dudes talking about how much you hate white dudes. It makes no sense. Their logic is insane. All right, let me get caught up here. Wesker75 says, anyone watching episode 9? Not me.
I will. I'll see it.
You don't have to.
I'm on the fence on it at this point, but you guys know what happened with Solo and everything, and so we'll see. They have to earn me to get back into the theaters, but I'm still trying to make up for the fact that I took up for Disney Star Wars for so long. So
I was just about to say that.
Yeah,
me too.
I'm definitely I'm going to see it because I figure that my review is going to cost them more business than my ticket will bring them in their coffers. So I need to hit the hard on this.
That's a great point. That's a great point. Okay, so Nicholas Glenn says, Doomcock, what stage of SJW takeover do you think Star Trek is in?
Total. It's fucked. Dude, it is dead. It's dead, Jim.
He didn't even give a number.
No, fuck no. There's no math on this. It's fucked, man. Look at Mikey Spock, for God's sake. They gave a Saturn Award to a woman for playing a plank of plywood. That is how fucking bad it is.
They gave one to Ryan Johnson, too.
Yeah, for being a goddamn roundhead piece of shit.
Oh, he won a writing award. Come on now, guys.
Yeah.
That's even worse. Laura Story has a super chat. She changes the middle part of her name every week, it seems like. Now, this one is new. So, Laura Ryan stole my fan fiction story. I'm giving $50 a month to RFR. I challenge others to do just $1. Let them feel our support, and we all support that message. So, random game user 42, who got a shout out last week. Hail Doomcock, he's my spirit animal. And thank you for joining us, random game user 42. Rabid Jawa says, chances of The Last Jedi watch along with the High Council special. Do we really want to put ourselves through that?
I'll do it for the High Council.
What was that question?
We got to do it for our fans. No, they want us to watch all four of us, maybe. Doomcock will join us again. Watch The Last Jedi together for a live stream.
We need like a bunch of money for copious amounts of alcohol to suffer.
We'll be drinking.
Hey guys, like the video and share it on Twitter. We've got 1,200 in here. I know we can bust 2,000, so let's like the video, share it. Let's get this thing moving. Okay, so Michael Rodriguez says, just wanted to plug reviews for yous. Last YouTube stream, they went into detail about how Ryan Johnson tricked JJ into changing the ending to TFA and tricked Disney into approving his version of The Last Jedi. Really revealing. And speaking of reviews for you, I talked to him earlier. I'm going to have him on Geeks and Gamers this week to interview. I'm going to interview him. I know he's made a lot of claims that he's got a lot of connections and sources, and we're going to pick his brain about that and see what's going on with that. So look forward to that later this week. So Super Cormy says, will you guys be talking about Spider-Verse director's Twitter meltdown? Also, will Cecil be meeting Harvey? I can't pronounce his last name, Doomcock. What's his last name? Harvey what?
Harvey Cthulhu, the Eldritch God.
Okay. Is he? So I don't know. Will Cecil show up tonight? I don't know. I'm not sure. We'll let you know about that. All right. JVR says, greetings, my Lord Doomcock.
Greetings.
All right. And let me see. We are so far behind. You guys are lighting it up, and we really appreciate that. So D. Carey, episode 9 is done. JJ is a starter who never finishes. A lot of people don't even think he starts. But episode 9 it seems to be DOA at this point. I'm not looking forward to it at all. Logan Michael, Doomcock, what is your real voice?
My real voice is what you hear. Right here. This is my real goddamn voice. What am I, like puppeteer or something?
Demon Sith says, silence is what I'm getting randomly in stream. So is anyone else? It seems like it's kind of random as to who's getting silenced, but I've heard everybody the whole time. So
have I.
Yeah, I've been hearing you guys pretty good now.
okay. Doug Fairchild says, "You shall bow to Doomcock. You're the man. Just bought your Canon shirt. I knew you were smart from videos. Didn't know you were hilarious."
All right, thank you, sir. If you're wondering what that was, I did a Canon Wars T-shirt. I did a thing, the 3 Laws of Canon, defending movies against exactly what Ethan was describing in comic books. I mean, if we don't want movies to end up like comic books and that ruin, we've got to fucking act. So
We fight.
I'm glad y'all are here.
I
Yeah.
just say I love Doomcock. I knew I would. I heard a little bit of him and I liked him. Doomcock, you are welcome. You are so awesome. Love
Thank
having you here
you,
tonight.
Ethan.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir. I'm honored. I'm very honored. I'm so glad I got to meet you. I was very disappointed last week
I'm
when
sorry.
you were having fun.
I wasn't having fun. I'm having fun now. I'm glad to be here.
Party. I hope I'm saying that right. Almsivi.
Civi.
Yeah, okay. Apologies for typing Doomfist, my lord Doomcock. So,
Hey, look, there's a big goddamn difference between Doomfist and Doomcock. I don't want to be Doomfist ever. Okay.
Christopher Althouse, all hail Doomcock. It's the comic conqueror. Doomcock getting a lot of love. Break all day. Do they fling poo too? I'm assuming he's talking about SJWs. So I'm gonna go with yes. What do you guys think? Do they fling poo too?
They kind of do at the fans. That's the whole point. They scratch each other, they groom each other, they suck each other. Then they throw their poop at us, the fans. It's all ape behavior. It's really disgusting.
All right. The Grand Inquisitor says, "All hail Lord Doomcock. Hail Doomcock." All caps too, by the way. So you gotta put emphasis on
Hail,
that.
Grand Inquisitor.
Bjorn says, "Ruin." God damn it. Ruin gets pegged by Kathleen Kennedy. That's not a sight that I wanted. And then Break All Day says, "Moist fudge poo."
Oh God!
Jeez, you took it another level. Break All Day.
Gets worse and worse.
Wayne the Sex Machine. Some love for my man Jeff. Keep it up, buddy. So there you go, Jeff. You got some love now.
He's my favorite username. I just love that name so much.
Blade RNR10. Slight correction, Jeremy. SJWs use pop culture as a vehicle to push their agenda because it's popular and it's public facing. Then they manipulate, attack, entrenched thinking to undermine and subvert. I agree with you. I've kind of said that. I don't know what you were correcting, but if I misspoke, I apologize. But yeah, that's kind of they only want to use things that already have a platform. They're not interested in building their own platform. They want to utilize a pre-existing platform and change everything that made that platform what it is. So that's why within comics, and Ethan can obviously speak better than me, but they don't want to create a character and build that character, develop that character. They want to take a pre-existing character that has a huge following and a huge history and change that history to fit their agenda. Is that right, Ethan?
Well, yeah, they just want to get involved. They want to find a hobby or a medium that we all love, and they want to use that hobby, that medium, as a means to start yelling at us about their social agenda. That's what they do. That's what they do over and over again until it dies.
Yep. Helicopter Prince says, "Can Doomcock rate Cobra Commander's villain career? He is my second favorite supervillain next to Doomcock." That's a great question, and I'm a huge Cobra Commander fan. So let's toss that around the council. So rate Cobra Commander as a villain. Where does he rank?
I think he's pretty high up on the scale. I mean, he's got all the accessories. He's got the base. He's got the cool helmet. Yeah,
the voice is iconic as hell. And you have to have an iconic voice to be a supervillain. Doomcock knows this better than anyone.
You must.
And so I love Cobra Commander. He's my favorite G.I. Joe. I think he definitely ranks in the upper echelon of villains. He's not quite Vader. He's not quite Heath Ledger's Joker, and he's not Doomcock, but he's in the conversation. What do you think, Jeff?
Does he ever win?
Not really.
All he does is
looks
scream like a girl. So I'm gonna say
he usually looks like a complete idiot most of the time.
I'm gonna go with Cobra Commander sucks because he's never won.
I'm with Jeff.
Blasphemy.
He's a beta. He's got Starscream's voice, who's a beta to Megatron. He's a beta.
Oh my gosh, blasphemy! We have broken the fandom here on the council, so now there's a complete split. So now it's like The Last Jedi. So,
all right, I think back each other up.
I think that's an unfair metric of what villain does win. I mean, Skeletor, Vader doesn't win.
Megatron won. He killed Optimus Prime.
Yeah, that's true, and also Thanos has won.
Yeah.
So. Yeah,
well,
all right.
Cobra Commander, we all lost when Joseph Gordon-Levitt became Cobra Commander in the G.I. Joe movie. We all lost.
We can all agree again. We're all back on the same team.
Star Wars philosophy. I'm always late. What did Roundhead and Pansexual do now? He existed. He existed, and John Kasdan just is his little puppet and does whatever he wants. John Kasdan is infatuated with Roundhead. He really is. It's pretty pathetic to watch how they act on Twitter. And he doesn't have an opinion of his own at this point. Kasdan doesn't. He just follows Roundhead, and they both are interested in destroying Star Wars and being in a secret relationship that they're not going to admit. But we can all see it. So,
well, you heard about Jonathan Kasdan possibly writing Indiana Jones 5, right?
Oh my God!
Isn't that confirmed?
Yeah.
No, in the article that came out from the Hollywood Reporter, they said he's been approached, but there's nothing been signed officially.
Yo,
we talked about it
on Morning Pop Culture with a fucking battle axe. You do not let that dude write Indiana Jones 5. I can't.
Ethan, you're a little low.
I'm a little low.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God, I don't know what's going on, guys.
It's on. I mean, we can hear you. I just wanted to let you know you were a little low.
I unplugged the mic because everyone's saying, yeah, you're a little low. So now I'm screaming into my iPad.
A lot of it, I mean, I'll just say a lot of it's karma for saying that Cobra Commander is a beta. So
he is a beta.
I'm still here though. So,
All right, put up with a little noise for 1 second, guys. Okay.
No problem.
Just 1 second.
All right, let me find out where I am. Sith Kryptonian says, sorry you had to deal with the snake bringing up and twisting the past with something he knew would hurt you and Andrea for months. This is me showing my support, and thank you for that, Sith Kryptonian. And I'm sure we all know you're talking to Ethan, so we appreciate that. And so does Ethan, but he's having microphone issues right now, so I'll speak for him. Matt Tuine says, yesterday someone asked Christopher McQuarrie what's the best advice he could give someone writing their first screenplay. He replied, kill Luke. Did you guys see that?
Oh, fuck no.
Yeah. So when Ryan Johnson tagged McQuarrie on Twitter talking about, the screenwriting advice and all that, then he got a wave of new followers, and he started whining, saying, ever since Ryan Johnson sent all these followers my way, they're doing nothing but complaining about The Last Jedi, just playing the little victim, you know what I mean? Like, oh, poor baby. People are arguing your comments. What a terrible life you have. My God, so terrible. And then people started asking him questions, and they asked him that, and he responded with "kill Luke" as his advice. And I mean, these, I like Ichibaka. Ichibaka made a great response to Ryan Johnson when he was talking about all of this stuff with McQuarrie, and Itchy said, well, if McQuarrie got the directing job for a Star Wars movie, all you SJWs would do is complain that another white male got the job. He can't make you guys happy. You just contradict yourselves all the time. You know what I mean? All the time.
Can you guys hear me now, by the way?
We can. Yeah.
Is that better?
Yeah, that's better. That's better.
Okay, good.
And
Jeremy.
Yes, sir.
Could I interject on this Christopher McQuarrie thing?
Absolutely, sir. The floor is yours.
I had a thought about this, and I think it struck me that it illustrates just how screwed the Star Wars franchise really is. And just hear me out for just a second. This Christopher McQuarrie saying that he doesn't want to make a Star Wars movie now because the fandom is toxic, right?
What a bitch. Sorry.
I mean, apparently he's appalled, right? Now, this is a massive problem not because McQuarrie is any good at all, or because Star Wars is toxic, but not because of the fans, because of the cretins running it. Okay, I mean the rot's coming from the top, and not only has it poisoned the franchise on the level of canon and narrative, it has poisoned Star Wars on a business level as well. Because here we are, stuck with Kathleen Kennedy and Jar Jar Abrams and Ruin Johnson spewing their hatred, into the fandom like radioactive leakage from Fukushima. And now things have gotten so bad as part of their cunning plan, it's going to be impossible to lure in top-notch talent to replace them. You see how clever their plan is. They've managed to throw up a smokescreen of lies and obfuscation, and Iger has delayed to the point where it's practically too late to save anything. So Kennedy's propaganda about Star Wars fans being toxic hasn't just spread to the media. It's being gobbled up by the creatives in Hollywood. To what effect? Kennedy and Johnson, right?
Irreplaceable.
They're that much more tightly. Yeah. And no one's going to come dislodge them and fix the franchise because they're scared to. Now, how fucked up is that? How's
Dude,
that for job
that
security?
is the best point. You belong on Comic Artist Pro Secrets. That's how ingenious that point was. I would be honored to have you expound upon that. That is absolutely amazing. Never thought of that, but you are dead on
They are
accurate.
really, yeah, they are insulating themselves with this idea. Remember, his hand was stayed, but he couldn't find a replacement. And look at this from the perspective of the
Anybody else losing
what motivation does anyone have?
Okay, Doomcock, chill out for a minute. We were losing you for a minute. Are you there now?
You hear me now?
Yeah.
Okay, we got you
hear
now.
me?
Yeah. You're still breaking up.
I was trying to.
If the fans are toxic, this is what he's saying. If the fans are truly toxic, it is a terrifying ordeal. It is terrifying for any fans or any director, any creative person to come on board.
Well, it's clear that Disney was hearing Doomcock because they shut him down right when he was rolling.
Wow.
So it's clear that he made an impact. Anytime someone starts getting on a rant and then they start getting shut down, the power. Mickey is sitting there in his temple. He's like, oh, we got to shut this down. So Doomcock, are you back?
He's dead.
Oh no.
Oh my God!
hear
He's
me.
going Chris Lord and Phil Miller, or Chris Miller and Phil Lord. He's dead.
We got you now, Doomcock. I think you're back. So, all right. So, and that's unfortunate that you had issues. I have them every week, it seems like. So it's all good. That means you're probably welcome here because that means Disney's trying to shut you down. All right,
It's the state of Florida, dude. It's your fault. They own Florida.
Let me jump back into the super chat here, and let's see, where was I at? Snake Pleskin says Captain Cummings took something out of context, or in other words, he cucked it, and that was from our discussion earlier. Gemini Waters says, "Geez, you gonna go into the theme park or boycott?" I'm assuming that's me. I've told you guys I'm definitely looking forward to the Star Wars Galaxy's Edge, so I think it's going to be cool, and I don't see any. I just don't think that that's going to affect the boycotting and the fan backlash. I think there's two separate entities altogether with the theme parks and the movies.
Are you going to Florida or you're going to California?
No, Florida.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I'm an annual pass holder at Walt Disney World, so I'm always there.
Jeremy, you're forgetting the one thing though. It's about the future. It's setting this is there's planting the seeds of failure in the future because they'll get the big opening because it's Star Wars land. It's the first of its kind. But then down the road, the people that have been burned by this aren't going to go out of their way to come from other countries to see it. And plus, there are a bunch of people that dislike this movie that have kids. If that next generation of Star Wars doesn't exist, it's going to be like that old thing. It'll be like Jaws of the Ride, Jaws of the Ride meant something to a generation of people. Now it's gone. So,
well, I mean, Disney's arrogance, if we think it's bad within Lucasfilm, I mean, Disney's arrogance at their theme parks is on another level. And I don't mean it from a standpoint of like how Lucasfilm operates, but it's just that Walt Disney World is so busy. Like they literally invent things to make people not want to go. They do some of the craziest shit, and they can't control to control the crowds. They make new policies and raise the prices everywhere on everything. They've now gotten parking prices that they just implemented that pissed everybody off, but their attendance numbers continue to be fine. The big thing going on though with theme park wise is Universal is killing it right now. Now Universal's never going to top Disney in terms of its overall attendance. It's just not, it's never going to happen, but Universal has really been eating away at the market share with the Harry Potter, and now Nintendo Land is being built at Universal in Orlando. So from that standpoint, I mean, they really want this Star Wars Galaxy's Edge to be a home run. They do. But I don't know. I just don't think the two are necessarily relatable. There's obviously some carryover, but the theme park side of things is just so different. At least from my perspective, as someone that is really entrenched in that world. So, but
when are you going?
Huh?
When are you gonna go?
Well, I mean, it's not open yet. It's not going to be open until next year. So,
we should all go. We should all go.
I mean, I'm always looking for an excuse to go. Then my channel here, they want me to go live stream all the time down there. So probably just because they want me to make fun of a lot of things, like Ethan did that time he was down there. So because Ethan was going around asking Disney employees if they liked The Last Jedi. It was hilarious. It was great. But I see your point. Jeff. I totally see your point. All right. So Michael Dialor, you don't have your token Mexican on the live stream. You're officially racist. Just kidding. But seriously, keep it up. You are winning the war on trash Star Wars. Thank you very much. And Ivan's always here on the channel though. So we're filling our quotas. We're good. So Thantris says, here's a head start for the alcohol for movie nights. So that's obviously talking about our watch through. And I guess I'll be the only sober person during that live stream. So I'll have to let Jeff
streamer.
I'll have to let Jeff set everything up because he does the watch parties. So we'll have to probably do that over on World Class. I'm sure we can do something like that though, Jeff. I'll leave that up to you. You just let me know when you want to do it.
We'll make it happen. Do you guys want to try to do it this month?
Yeah, I'll go. We'll do it tomorrow if you want.
On 4th of July, I'm not going to be here.
Oh, it is tomorrow. Yeah, 4th of July is tomorrow.
Plus, here's a hint: don't do a YouTube video like that on a holiday because no one's going to watch it.
Oh yeah.
So let's shoot for either next weekend because you're going to get a lot of people watching it.
Okay.
I'm down. So guys, good suggestions. Thank you. That's why, the High Council is like so important that you guys get in here and get your voices heard because you just invented a show for us now. We're going to go through the torture and the pain of watching this bullshit just for you. That's how much we love you. Okay. That's how much we respect our audience. We listen to our audience, unlike Lucasfilm. So, all right. And of course my chat jumped around. So someone said Flight Mech Studio says Cobra Commander is a beta with a question mark. Go get daddy's belt. That's a good response right there. That's a good response.
All right. Well said.
Man, this super chat is on fire tonight. Let me see. Stone Loki, Ethan, when Captain and said Cyberfrog was a cheap ripoff of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, he lost a sub for life. F that guy, he's POS. Hell, EVS, Doomcock, and Jeremy for life. So thank you, Stone _ Loki. Appreciate
Thanks
that.
for mentioning me too, asshole. But whatever. Since my name didn't get mentioned, I will call you an asshole. We'll get Captain Cummings on to replace me. Just for him.
That's man. Wait, no, that's right. He did say no. He didn't. I can't even invent it. I was going to say he did say Jeff, but he didn't.
Yes, hail Jeff.
That's
David.
messed up.
David in FYI, Ryan Johnson's middle name is Hansno. Hasno? So Hasno Johnson. Oh, I was thinking of Hasbro when I read it. So Ryan Hasno Johnson. I like it. That's good stuff. Nerdrotic channel. Kneel before Doomcock. G&G. World Class BS. EVS. Watching you is the only enjoyment I get out of Star Wars. EVS. When my shop opens later this year, I would be proud to carry Cyberfrog.
Man, I love that. Thank you so much. Glad to have you.
And Jeff got some love. So Jeff,
I'm not hurt.
Thank you, Nerdrotic.
We got a $10 super chat, but it says message restricted. So I don't know who sent it, but we appreciate that. So Rhino4563, Uncle, please let Jeff do a video about Captain C and it will end him. All hail Doomcock.
Oh my God.
Like a John Campea video? I'm not gonna make a video about him. I'm not involved with any of the drama. I'm busy. I got Scott Mendelson to go after. Don't worry, guys.
Dude, yes. I had a conversation with Scott Mendelson on Twitter too. We did a back and forth. It was a lot of fun. Captain Cummings, just leave him alone. Whatever.
He'll come back around in a couple weeks. Trust me.
I have to say, Jeff gets proper respect for those shield videos. Those things are lethal, man. You do not want to be on that list. You do not want to be on that list. So
he digs a hole and lays you in it and just covers you over. It's done. It's done.
It's funny now. Some people have come around to my shield videos. Like Midnight's Edge at first was kind of giving me shit, and now they want to come on the channel. So I guess, I don't know. They don't. I'm not saying they don't want to be called shills, but people are coming around to that idea. I guess they kind of see that I'm not full of shit after all.
Jeffrey Toon says, "Don't watch The Last Jedi again. Why would you want to psychologically torture yourselves? We care about you all too much to allow such a thing."
Entertainment. We want to entertain the shit out of all of you.
To quote Shatner, you know it's true. Everything I do it for you.
That's so good. Chris in Oregon, I'd swear I saw Ryan Johnson and John Kasdan coming out of the porta potty in West Hollywood dressed as sweaty Ewoks. Wow. That is awful. Ryan Ari says, do you guys think JJ will bring Luke Skywalker back to life in episode 9? Jeff, what do you think?
Well, there's time travel in Star Wars, so why not resurrection? All joking aside, that'd be dumb. Like, I heard some rumor, or not some rumor, some speculation or whatever, that, they're going to bring back all the Force Ghosts to fight Kylo Ren. It's like, why? He got beat in the first movie. What could Luke Skywalker do? What's the purpose of bringing Luke back? To make more money off of him? You kind of got that big Luke Skywalker money one time. They're not going to be able to get that again out of the audience.
I think that they will utilize Luke. I don't know if he'll necessarily be alive, but his Force Ghost will definitely be utilized. And I can't see how it won't be utilized in the marketing, because they literally have nothing else to market. Is anybody going to see this damn movie for Reylo? No. You know what I mean? So they're going, and this is why you're hearing the rumors about the Lando returning. Like, oh, well, hey, we need another legacy character to prop out so we can get some marketing out of him. That's really all it comes down to, is marketing.
Think they got the balls to kill Lando?
Yeah.
All they do is kill people. That's all they do. Of course they will, because he's old and they don't, it's like, yeah, they're going to kill him. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I'm sorry. He's going to get his dick caught in a blender.
He bleeds out.
Oh yeah. With a smile on his fucking face.
Here's what I have to say, though. If they do use Mark Hamill, Luke Skywalker, in episode 9, please do. I can't wait to hear Mark Hamill throw more shade about episode 9. I live for him throwing shade at Ryan Johnson. I want him to be in episode 9 and pissed off again. It's hilarious.
Yes. Ethan, we'll never hear that again, though, because he's been paid off or threatened or scared. Yeah, he's done being the dissenting voice of reason against Ryan Johnson and Disney. He's bought into their shit. He did it again. He did it again at the awards, at the Saturn Awards. He came out and he said, you know what? Like, I've lived with this character for 40 years, and I'm telling you, Luke wouldn't do that. And he said, I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't do that. Even if I made the terrible mistake of taking on a bad student, you think I would go run away and go hide on an island for 40 years? And I was like, good for you. And that was just last week. So he's still on board. He's still on board. Well, I thought once what's that noise?
Yeah.
My hillbilly neighbors are lighting off fireworks. I'm getting a fireworks show and trying to do the High Council, folks. I apologize. I don't live in a war zone.
Jeff is under fire.
Shit, they found me, guys.
All right, let's see. The Grand Inquisitor says, pitch idea. A 4-season, 12-plus episode Obi-Wan series in the vein of the old Kung Fu show. Have Boba Fett try to find him, and he'll be our tie-in to a series exploring the underworld, a la Netflix Daredevil Punisher. Thoughts? I'm going to answer that like I answer every one of these questions. The premise sounds amazing, and I would be all for it, especially a la Netflix Daredevil Punisher. But as long as Kathleen Kennedy's not in charge of Lucasfilm, that's kind of how I have to answer it. So what do you guys think?
Yeah, I agree. I think that's absolutely a good way to put it. It's the same way when anyone asks anything about new Star Trek series, and I say, as long as Kurtzman isn't involved, that's it.
Yeah, but the premise sounds phenomenal. I mean, I would love, I live for Netflix series at this point. I know you guys said you're not big on Netflix, but like the Marvel Netflix series, Stranger Things, things like that. I mean,
did you like Luke Cage?
I haven't seen the second season yet, but I liked the first 4, or what was it, the first half of Luke Cage I liked, and then it fell off the tracks after a major character left for no reason whatsoever.
It gets real preachy in season 2, but it's tolerable. It's not as preachy as Jessica Jones garbage.
I couldn't stand Jessica Jones. Now
there is a line where she equates sleeping with a bunch of women to murdering somebody.
Oh my
And the
god.
guy didn't even rape anybody or do anything terrible. It was just straight up like he was cheating on his girlfriend, which is, morally wrong to some people. But she's like, yeah, that's as bad as killing people. And she meant it. It wasn't a joke. And like the show just stopped. I was like, oh, what the fuck is this?
It's just I haven't watched Jessica Jones. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Doomcock.
Is he screwing him in the heart? How is it murder?
Some foreign lady had some young guy that she was banging to keep in the country or whatever, and then he slept with some young hot girl, and that was the premise of the episode.
He was a guy.
Yeah, he was a guy.
He's a dude.
But he's evil.
It's unbelievable. But yeah, I did not like episode. Go ahead, Doomcock.
Said like the rest of it, he's a guy. Behavior. I guess we're all murderers now. Murderers, racist.
You're skipping out a little bit, Doomcock.
You too, Jeremy.
You're good. Am I?
Yeah, you were a second ago.
Okay. But yeah, Jessica Jones season 1, I couldn't stand it. That's the only Netflix series that I really hated. Well, Iron Fist was bad only because the lead actor was bad. But the criticism towards him is okay because he's a white male. Anyway, let's move on.
The worst fucking Netflix show was Ozark. It was like a Kmart Breaking Bad. Jason Bateman is not that good.
I didn't watch that one.
Don't seriously. Like, all joking aside, if I could get back those 15 hours, I fucking would. It was the worst show I've ever watched on Netflix.
Really, that bad? All right.
I tried to watch the first one and got totally bored. And never went back.
Yeah, his wife is just unbearable.
All right, let me move on here. So Dave Bob says, keep the faith, guys. Thank you, Dave. Mark Beeman says, Uncle Ethan, please, no more Comics Gate like last night. Soy boys were unfair to you. Ethan, thoughts?
Well, I mean, I still want to have Comicsgate live chats once a week, just maybe once a week. But I'm listening. I kind of go by what my subs say when it comes to that. So
that's what all of us do. We listen to all of you, and we take it every comment, every concern, every piece of advice. We take it all into consideration. So, Vader 123, Jeremy, any chance of Tampa Mega or Comic-Con? I don't know what the dates are on those. I could say probably it depends. If you can email me, jeremy@geeksandgamers.com, and tell me what the dates are, and I could totally see about taking a trip down there because I'm always looking for an excuse to go to Central Florida.
By the way, folks, World Class Bullshitters got invited to their first convention, so we'll be at Horror Hound Indianapolis on the 24th through the 26th of August. So if you're in the Midwest, you got to come hang out with us. We got a suite, and we're going to be drinking and having a good time. So it'll be before Star Wars. Yeah, I got confirmation last night.
Congratulations, sir. So everyone check that out. Nicholas Glenn, Doomcock, did you get your name from the Preacher comic?
No, sir, I did not. Although I read the Preacher comic and did enjoy it, but no.
Okay. Logan Michael says, worst Spider-Man figure.
Oh, I guess he's talking to me because that dude is a super fan of our channel. I'll just, Logan Michael, the worst Spider-Man figure, we'll go with the first Marvel Universe one from 2009. It's just garbage.
Okay. Yeah, I wouldn't have enough information on that one. So, Patrick Mazika says, in my humble opinion, I'm really feeling you for the High Council. Not a sexist, Jesse, and others have been great, but Doomcock is killing it, loving it. Agreed, Doomcock's great. And we're that's why he's back this week. So, Demon Sith, am I saying that right, Jeff? Demon Sith? Is that how?
Oh, I'm not looking at the chat right now.
You said it. You said it last week. It was Demon C. It's Demons.
Oh, Demon Scythe.
Demon Scythe. Okay. So he says silence. Switched from TV to phone, and all is okay. You guys seen Smack Talk's channel? His Last Jedi review is great. He needs a little love to check him out. I am not familiar with Smack Talk. Not familiar.
Smack Talk's the wrestling channel?
I'm not sure.
I don't know. If he hates The Last Jedi, it's good.
I'm not familiar with Smack Talk. Now is that is it a wrestling channel? Because if it is a wrestling channel, I'm always.
Well, if it's Smack Talks with an S at the end of it, it's just like a video game channel that all they do is talk about rumors and shit. They're only good for about 3 months out of the year. But is there a channel called Smack Talk? Oh, I guess the channel's called Voxus Productions, maybe.
Okay.
Because it's called Smack Talk, a solo story review. Yeah. So the channel's called Vox's Production. I got 30,000 subscribers.
Adam Wofford says Mumra. I think he's talking about Mumra from Thundercats.
Thundercats.
Yeah. Nice shout
Before
out.
my
right there.
time.
Yeah, nice. Yeah, you got to get it. Now, don't look at the new Thundercats, Jeff.
Oh, I've seen Thundercats. It just
Okay.
that stuff was way before my time.
That new stuff is my God,
Garbage.
so
It's like
bad.
Steven Universe. I saw some fat dude in a Steven Universe shirt today, and I just laughed. I hate that show so much.
Sith Kryptonian says, suggestion, instead of reading them mid-convo, how about you leave it for a segment at the end? I think he's talking about Super Chat. We've discussed how we're going to handle Super Chats during the show. I mean, it's tough because they come in and we definitely want to highlight them. There's obviously topics we want to get to. So it's a juggling act for sure. And we're going to continue to work on that. But we've definitely discussed, different possibilities on that. But yeah, thank you for the suggestion. So clip 024, Palpatine won and continued winning until he was so old that he could barely walk away. That is a villain. I can't even argue with that. Don't encourage Ethan and his dismissal of Cobra Commander. Don't do it.
Well, he's just not a big deal. I mean, I like who's the dude with the wig? I like that dude. He came in the second wave of GI Joe toys. He had a long red hair and a kind of mask on. Zartan. Thank you.
Yeah.
That's the real deal.
Okay, well, Zartan was cool. I liked Zartan, but Cobra Commander is just iconic. So
Is that the guy that could change his identity, Zartan?
Yep.
Yeah.
And change his look and everything
That
like
movie
that.
was so fucking terrible. Sorry,
but
that's
don't
the first thing I think of.
Don't judge Zartan on that movie, please. The only thing that was good in those movies is Snake Eyes and Storm Shadow. That was it. Everything else was bad.
I was born when did G.I. Joe leave the year? 87?
What is the movie?
No, the movie's from 09. I saw it in theaters.
No. I'm talking about the animated movie was like 86, 87. So they really hit their peak around early 80s, and then they kind of really hit their peak around the late 80s for the 3 3/4 figures. But I could talk G.I. Joe a lot. So, okay.
You'll have to teach me off air because for as much as I talk about pop culture, G.I. Joe and Transformers are just two things I get, but I don't love like everyone else.
Right. We can definitely do that. That and that wrestling show me and you's going to have to do. So we've got a lot of work to do, Jeff. So, Harry Cannon.
I wouldn't want it any other way.
Harry Cannon, with Star Trek dead and Star Wars dying, what's your opinion on bringing back other sci-fi IPs like BSG and Stargate, or focus on things like The Expanse? So that's a good question. It's got a little meat on the bone. Do you think that they should they continue to try to resurrect these properties they're killing, or should they focus on other properties? Because, I mean, if they focus on other properties, they're only going to kill those two. Is the way I look at it.
Well, here's the thing: if they create these new properties. Remember what we said off air. These SJW people don't create their own shit. They just glom onto other stuff. So it's going to take them years to get their ideologies into that stuff. So at least we can have a couple years of clean entertainment. And I don't mean clean as in family friendly. I just mean sanitized from the garbage that the people on Twitter think is important.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah,
Any other thoughts on that?
Yeah, I think that we need to stop reviving old properties, especially in this environment, because all they're going to do is get perverted, and very, very quickly, right out of the gate. So we need to concentrate on new properties like The Expanse and things like Legion on FX, things like that.
Right.
Yeah, but what if I intentionally pervert old properties right out of the gate, like Rainbow Brute and Mike Girthy Stallion, like they're saying in the chat right now, and all that? What if I take Girls' Toys properties from the 1980s and combine them all together into a world of Game of Thrones style world over the rainbow, and I take them and I make them for men? What about that? What if I do Monkey Cheese instead of Munchie Chi? We got Monkey Keys, and they are evil monkeys that live in the tree, and they go, and they jump out and they go, "We want to suck you. We want to suck you." And then you're like, "What the hell?" And they take your thumb and they stick it in their mouth and start sucking your thumb. And you're like, "Oh my God, we want to suck you." Now, that's Rainbow Brute. Now, that's an old property that I am intentionally perverting and bringing it back this year. It's not a parody. It's the real thing. It's Rainbow Bright exists.
That's true.
But
the difference is I trust you to do something like that. I don't trust Hollywood. You know what I mean? That's the difference. So,
I think it would piss off the people that deserve to be pissed off. Like put the shoe on the other fucking foot. I love it.
We're taking girl stuff and make it for boys.
Yeah.
We're gonna make it for boys.
100%. Colin Miller says, have you talked about seeing the director of Spider-Man Into Spider-Verse attacked fans and supported Antifa today? I was excited too. Really?
That was hilarious.
I didn't know anything about that. Supported Antifa?
Yeah,
What's wrong with
these
them,
SJWs are nuts, dude. They'll just say whatever they want to say now.
Golly, man. Burstal BRD boy sends $1 super chat. Thank you. Blade RNR10. My wife watched Doomcock on YouTube and said she wants me to wear his mask to enhance our sex life.
Yeah, I get that a lot, but God damn it, I'm scared of getting it sticky. So
What the hell?
That's great.
all the time.
Snake.
So what you're saying, Doomcock, is that your face gets sticky during sex? Wait, hold on.
No, I don't
second.
trust them not to get like shit on my mask. Oh,
I
they're
got you.
having their.
Oh, you're gonna
illicit-
lend your mask? Okay, got you.
Yeah, I don't rent it out by the hour. No.
Snake plus kin says Pandiana Jones, the last bend over.
Oh God, not these again. Please, folks, leave India alone.
Sith Kryptonian, think y'all can read my Ethan my $10 super chat. We definitely did, man. Like I said, we get behind on him, but that was very complimentary super chat that you sent him. He was dealing with his microphone, but he definitely heard it.
I heard it. Thank you. Yeah, I did hear it. Thank you so much.
And we do appreciate the support. And so any issues with the super chats, like I said, just work with us. We're trying our best. So really good chef. Hey Jeff, take a shot, man, baby. That's what really good chef said.
That only works on my channel, really good chef.
Darth Conicus, can pansexual he leave my favorite Harrison Ford characters the fuck alone? I'm assuming he means John Kasdan. So he says, can pansexual he leave my favorite Harrison Ford characters the fuck alone? I don't need a bisexual Indiana who wanted to fuck with the nerdy professor friend. I will become the leave Britney alone boy for Ford. God damn. Woo.
That's what happened to the guy that played Marcus Brody in real life. He messed around with everybody and contracted AIDS and died. So
it's just it's so pathetic, man. Like why does Disney and Lucasfilm, why do they continue to reward people that don't do good? I don't understand it. Like John Kasdan, regardless of why Solo failed, it did fail. Now you can point to The Last Jedi, you can point to the response to all these other things, you can point to they want to say bad marketing. That's not true at all. But there's so many things you can point to the failure of Solo. So it's not solely on John Kasdan, but he's still responsible, and he did play a part into it when he tweeted out that nonsense about identity politics and doubling down. And when John Kasdan saw that the fans were upset and he saw that they were bothered by the pansexual Lando nonsense, instead of easing them, just like earlier, you're complaining because we might have missed a super chat. And I'm like, I apologize. I'm sorry. We're working on it. We're listening. That's how you handle it. Oh no, John Kasdan's like, oh, well, fuck your super chat. It's not my responsibility. Like that's how he would respond and how he doubled down on the criticisms. So he played a part into it. And how does Disney respond? Hey, you want Indiana Jones 5? Like the logic is unbelievable to me. It's unbelievable. Gives me a headache. So Bjorn said there are only 3 Indiana Jones. Only 3.
You're damn right.
Yep. That's right.
I don't know how to say this one, but it's BRSTLBRD boy. Ethan, I know you're not a fan of a Boba Fett film, but what if Jason Statham was Boba Fett and it was directed by Mel Gibson? Payback in space.
Yeah, but I don't know why you're saying I'm not a fan of a Boba Fett film. I told you exactly what I wanted from a Boba Fett film. I wanted the Unforgiven remade with IG-88 and Bosk. I want all the bounty hunters to get together as old men and do one final score and force Boba Fett, who's retired. He robbed Jabba's palace. After he climbed out of the Sarlacc pit, he jacked Jabba's palace. He's living high on the hog. Or maybe he just took what he was owed for bringing Han Solo. Maybe he's got a little honor. He's living on a farm. And then IG-88 or somebody comes to him and says, we got one last score, one last bounty. Well, who is it? It's going to be Old Lady Ray. We got to go get Old Lady Ray. And then they go out there, and that would be don't even tell me that wouldn't be badass to see Boba Fett be like, all right. He goes into his closet. He pulls out the Boba Fett armor one last time. And this is it. He's going to die in the middle of this. This is going to be yeah, this will be the death of Boba Fett, but he's going to get that one last score. So just remake The Unforgiven as a Boba Fett movie, and I would be down for it. And I don't care who stars. Jason Statham would be great. Mel Gibson directing, great. Do it.
I mean, I'm all on board with Mel Gibson directed anything at this point. So, what do you guys think about that, Jeff? Well, you know what I'm saying generally.
I'm okay with a Boba Fett movie if it's Ethan's idea is cool, but I don't want to see Rey get another victory, another notch on her belt. So, I guess my ideal Boba Fett movie would be between Empire and a New Hope, like a New Hope and Empire, that timeline. That's what I'd want to see. Go to Coruscant. Go to that. Do the 1313 game as a movie. They canceled it for a reason. Give the people a story like that. Don't worry about the damn Jedi. Don't worry about this. Just have the Empire in the background. No Vader, no nothing. Just Boba Fett and a bunch of new characters.
What do you think, Doomcock?
I think that what they need to do is just show us a goddamn Boba Fett story. It doesn't have to be at the end of the story. It doesn't have to be at the beginning. Just show us Boba Fett going on a mission, doing some cool shit, and having a great story. Same thing with Solo. Why the fuck do we have to see his origin story? Why can't we see, like early on, with him and Lando, like being rivals, advanced in their relationship, like Indiana Jones and Belloc? They're both going after the same fucking, cargo runs. They're both going after the same customers. They're getting double crossed. Just make it a good, fun movie at the height of their powers instead of showing them at the beginning when they're idiots or in the decline when they're old. That's the problem. Just show us a fucking adventure, man.
Well, that's how they do it with every movie now. They can't, a younger version has to be them at the beginning. And the problem is they make these movies at the beginning and they're like, hey, this is what's going to happen next. And it never gets made because that one's not successful. We'll never see another Han Solo movie. It's done. There could have been a good one, but not what they gave us.
There won't be the second Aaron Reich, and there won't be the third Aaron Reich. We defeated the third Aaron Reich once and for all.
And the Lando spinoff.
We defeated it with apathy.
So Ross Skywalker in the comments says, Jeremy needs to cuss more. I'm sick of it. I'm fucking cussing. You're happy? Here we are. No, I'm not. All right. I just saw that comment go by. All right. So let's see. Darth Catter says, give Roundhead a Jar Jar Binks trilogy. Jar Jar deserves better. I'm sorry. Jar Jar deserves better. And so, no, don't let him near Jar Jar. Again, I'm holding to my request that Rian Johnson, we need to put a restraining order on Rian Johnson. He cannot go anywhere near a Star Wars production or a Star Wars function. So if there's like Star Wars Celebration, he needs to be 500 miles away from anything Star Wars related at all times. And if he's ever traveling through Florida or California, then he needs to get a permit to pass through. But he needs to be nowhere near Star Wars ever again.
He'll be at Celebration with us.
Oh, boy. You know what? I hope he is. I hope he is. So, GRP Pulse says, sort of like when Ethan tried to order a soy drink. Ethan, did you try to order a soy drink?
That is such a lie. I didn't try to. I was at the Philadelphia airport, and I went up to one of those juice places, and I demanded them to list every drink that had soy in it. I wasn't going to order them. I just wanted to warn people. And they did. This woman looked at me like I was nuts, but she said, that one has soy, and that one has soy milk, and that one has soy. And I told the guy behind me, they'll give you bitch tits. And he was grateful, and he didn't order any of those.
All right. Nicholas Glenn said, Doomcock, did you ever read comics growing up? What did you read?
Oh, man. Yes, I read a lot of comics. I was addicted to the Lee Kirby run of everything. Fantastic Four, Spider-Man, Ditko and Lee, excuse me. The Avengers. I also love Batman. Batman was my favorite individual superhero of all time. Still is. So it's very, disgusting hearing about Batman 50 here, but that's just a part of the general ruin of comics in general. I mean, the canon of these things has been broken and fractured and scattered around the plane so badly that nothing stable can be built. Every year or so, there's a new origin. So you never know what you're going to get when you pick up a comic these days. And
yeah, I was going to ask you guys about Batman 50. What a stupid decision.
What happened?
Jesus.
I don't even know.
Doomcock, you have a cooler voice. Tell him.
No, you go ahead. You tell him, sir.
The New York Times spoiled the reveal of Batman number 50, like the plot twist and all that shit with the Batman Catwoman wedding.
What was the plot twist?
Three. There's spoilers in 3, 2, 1. They don't get married. Like it's a wedding issue that doesn't. There's no wedding. Like they don't get married in it. So that's the thing. And people are like, "What?" And now these comic retailers and all these other sites are just pissed off. And the New York Times did it with the Gambit Rogue wedding earlier in the year, and now they're doing it again. I don't know what the problem is. And then Tom King went on Twitter and was like, "I'm upset, but I can't express my feelings because it'll spoil even more." So sorry, DC.
Okay, I had no idea.
I didn't know.
Between that and the lukewarm reception for their streaming service, I don't know if DC's got a good future ahead of them right now.
Hey, by the way, Cyberfrog Blood Honey is up to $536 for a single comic book. Speaking of DC Comics, okay,
nice.
Go ahead.
No, I was going to say Glenn Collier in the comments says Batman marries Robin instead. So,
what a twist.
Logan Michael says Star Wars 9, a story of a fat female oppressed Jedi. That's never going to happen though. Like they would never put an overweight anybody. Like it's all these people that are in shape and fit their demographics. They would never do that. So
that's why we only had one Porkins.
That's right. So eyeball 100,000 says High Council is salty tonight. Yeah, let's get John Kazan to write Indy 5 and Alden Ehrenreich can show off his Ford impression again. 3-picture deal. That one died a quick death. Thankfully so.
If you ever want to learn how to lose money in entertainment, do exactly what that guy said.
Yes, exactly. Dan Vanoy says Kathleen Kennedy wouldn't piss in a cup to please the fans like I did. Damn right. Damn right. So, Nicholas Glenn Doomcock, are you going to start doing live streams?
I am indeed. I am getting that set up. I only got monetized, I think, last week. So yeah, I had never considered doing a live stream, but yes, I am planning to do it later this week or next week for sure.
Nice. And I'm gonna probably have Doomcock on my channel. It looks like Ethan's gonna have him on some live streams too. So you're gonna get more Doomcock. So you're gonna be.
Well, shit. I guess you got to be on World Class Bullshitters now, so I don't leave you out. Sorry, man.
Yo, but you know what? Like I want to do more jams just one-on-one with you guys. I want to do Marvel 2-in-1 team-ups with just Geeks and Gamers and Doomcock and Jeff from World Class Bullshitters. I don't know why we don't do that more often.
We can make that happen. I mean, like I said in my little rant on one of my live streams, but we all have to stick together with everything that's going on. All this SJW nonsense. They have no continuity. They are not secure in who they are. They will attack each other. They are ridiculous. And we all get along. Like we're not. I'm not competing with anybody here. I said if I have 60,000 subs, you should all have 60,000 subs. If you're a common sense channel and you're just here to put the truth out there, then I want you to succeed just as much as my channel is succeeding. And that's why I mention these these up and coming YouTube channels here and there. I'm not competing with anybody. I'm just trying to continue to provide good quality content for the people that want to support our channels. That's all I'm looking to do. I'm not looking to tear people down. I'm not looking to do anything like that. I'm a firm believer that the world is big enough. YouTube is big enough for different opinions. And then the audience determines what channels succeed. The market determines the market. You put a bunch of shit on the shelf and the good shit will sell and the bad shit won't. But everybody has the opportunity.
And it'll put Toys R Us out of business.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And Geeks and Gamers is the best channel. This is the thing. I agree. You are doing the a fan service every single day with your videos. Everyone is. All of us are. But Geeks and Gamers, I love your attitude. Your fans can see it. Your subscribers can see that you put fan service first, entertainment first, and you're doing a great thing. Your channel is blowing up because of it. All of us are blowing up.
Yeah, and you guys could ask, not that you'll have the opportunity, but you can ask my family, like this whole transition to this room that I'm moving into and the fact that I've had a few hiccups, I have been a terror to be around with my family because I'm so frustrated. And I know you guys don't care. Like, I know you're not sitting there going, oh man, Jeremy sucks and all this. No, but I want to give you quality content every single day. And I want to follow through with the things I've promised, and I'm working hard to get all that done. And I know you guys are going to support me, but we all have that same passion here, and we all support everyone else that has that same passion. We're not trying to compete. We're just trying to elevate everyone. And it's great. It's a great community we have here. So
we all win.
Yeah, we
Your
all,
success, you guys are my brothers. Your success is my success.
that's what I'm talking
Thank you,
about.
sir.
That's what I'm talking about. That's what I love to hear. Okay, so Rhino4563 says Jeff is a cerebral assassin, and he's talking about your shield videos.
I was gonna say I don't look like Triple H at all, but I'll take that as a compliment. Yeah, but thank you for the that compliment. It's funny, the shield videos, there's only like 3 of them, but people go nuts for those.
Dude, man, they're great. They really are.
That Kathleen Kennedy videos almost did 1 million views finally. We're like 7,000 and 6,000 and change away. So
nice.
Wow.
Nice.
Holy shit.
That's what I'm talking about. Let's see. Loki Stone __ Loki says, all hail Doomcock, Jeff, Jeremy, and EVS. Sorry, Jeff. So he
fixed it. He paid to fix it. Good.
All right, you're cool. I rescind the actual comment. And thank you.
Oh man, that was cool. And Stone Loki, you did not have to do that, but we really appreciate it. And Jeff was just playing around. So Count Ludwig, I had a quick chat with an Asian American coworker 3 days ago who is a massive Star Wars fan who enjoyed The Last Jedi. He never saw Solo due to LGBT virtue signaling and because he doesn't care about Lando's sex life. That is exactly why a lot of the general audience didn't go see it. The general audience reacts differently than us. You know, we are not in a bubble like, I mean, sometimes we are. Everybody does get caught up in their bubbles, but we all have perspective. And I'm going to play off this topic he's talking about right now, but the general audience, they see things differently than we do. But there are certain people that are in bubbles. And so I told the council this earlier before we went on. Chuck Wendig actually did a poll on his Twitter. Do you like The Last Jedi or not? He's blocked everybody who doesn't like The Last Jedi. And he's asking this question, and it's got like I think it had like a 95% of the screenshot someone sent me. 95 to 5. And he's trying to utilize that as some way to say, see, 95% of people like it. It's like, dude, you're in such a bubble. Like, you can't take disagreements from anybody. He preemptively blocks people just because they are following somebody that he had to block.
I've never spoken to him. I'm blocked from his channel.
Yeah, it's absolutely...
Or his Twitter. I'm not hurt, but still, who the fuck is that guy?
Right. It's absolutely nuts. And like Count Ludwig is sitting here saying, I had a conversation with someone. I'm assuming Count Ludwig is not an Asian American. So he's saying I had a conversation with a different person of a different race and a different background. And we talked about it and he got his perspective. That's how you learn, is you have conversations with people and talk to them instead of throwing accusations left and right. So like if this person, this Asian American coworker would have had a conversation with Chuck Wendig and he said, hey, Chuck, I didn't see Solo due to LGBT virtue signaling. Chuck would have, you're a racist Nazi. Like there's no conversation to be had.
Is he Optimus Prime?
Was that a good Optimus Prime?
It sounded close enough.
Right on, man. I'm competing with Doomcock now here on the channel.
There you go.
But yeah, and that's a great point, Count Ludwig, and we like to hear things like that with conversations with people to get their perspective on things. The Mr. Pete channel, execute order 66,000. Congratulations, Jeremy. Thank you so much. We're almost at 67, I think, so we're doing really well. D-Mon Genai, and he always has to spell that out for us. You gentlemen are doing great work for the fandom. Now, shameless promo. Check out the video on Star Wars comic Fixing the Last Jedi. So check that out on Star Wars comic, quote unquote, Fixing the Last Jedi. Comrade Commodore. I've asked Jeremy this before, but curious how you guys think Star Wars can be salvaged at all with the failures of the soon-to-be completed Disney trilogy, breaking of the lore, destruction of the characters like Luke. So I'm gonna repeat that one more time, and I'll let you guys jump on it. So I've asked Jeremy this before, but curious how you guys think Star Wars can be salvaged with the failure of the soon-to-be completed Disney trilogy, breaking of the lore, and the destruction of characters like Luke. What do you guys think? Anybody?
Well, okay. I honestly, my theory is, and my fans have argued with me about this, but I don't see any other way except to spend a lot of time repairing the damage that Disney has done with the fans by dwelling in the space between Episode 3 and Episode 4. And they had some good ideas about, first of all, the Ewan McGregor Han Solo movie should be the foundation for this. We brand new trilogy in between those two trilogies, starring Obi-Wan Kenobi, Ewan McGregor, Jabba the Hutt, Boba Fett, all of these characters that Lucas created that we love. young Luke Skywalker, teenage Luke Skywalker being protected by Uncle Owen and Aunt Beru. That's got to happen, and all of that wonderful fan service kind of stuff that's going to, kind of like what they did with Rogue One, that's going to lead right into Episode 4. That's all they can do. 3 movies in a row between Episodes 3 and 4, and I need to see all these characters that I know and love.
Jeff, what do you think?
Oh man, I like Ethan's idea for sure. I think they got to start off with an apology, and then I don't know. Maybe you could make these new characters go out really in a really like shitty way, and then like introduce new shit right after that and keep rolling. Let's just not act like the Rey, Finn, Rose, Poe Dameron era was that great. Let's just kind of brush it aside like they brush aside Jar Jar. People have a short attention span. And that's why they're failing, because they keep pushing this shit. So I'm all for Ethan's ideas. I don't want to piggyback and say I agree, but I will.
Well, you got to do that and then go on to the new stuff, right?
You can't stick between episodes 3 and 4 forever. But one thing I will say, I don't want teenage Luke Skywalker to ever be shown or in peril, because it seems like there's a calm between episodes 3 and 4 for Luke.
Yeah.
And I don't want them to create stuff that contradicts that first movie.
No, he's always in peril, but he never knows it because Obi-Wan Kenobi's protecting his family. So that is the whole purpose of the movie. Luke is always he's going to be descended upon by, Darth Vader. They're looking for him.
Well, that would go against The Empire Strikes Back.
Tell me why.
Because Darth Vader just discovers who destroyed the Death Star and all that stuff. He wouldn't know where Luke Skywalker would be the whole time.
Oh, yeah.
Because he would kind of just go, like, if he's like, oh, my son's here and I need to, do whatever, he would just probably go down with a garrison and wipe out the
go get him.
Luke right away.
Yeah, you're right. I don't know. I don't know how to imperil Luke then. He needs to be imperiled somehow, but I don't know.
You have Ryan Johnson in the movie going after him as a kid.
I'm gonna
Right.
I'm gonna give you like 2 minutes on that one, Doomcock, and we'll move on.
All right. Well, listen, narratively, there's lots of things you could do, but the real problem is that we've got episode 9 coming. Okay. Now, the enthusiasm of the fans has already been severely damaged. I mean, severely fucking damaged. I'm not excited about Star Wars anymore. And I don't know that a lot of people are going to get excited about Star Wars again, especially after another nail in the fucking coffin that's going to be episode 9. I think that the only thing that you can do, regardless of what the actual narrative is, I swear to God, I think you've got to take a break. I think you need to take another fucking 5 years or something and just cool it. Just fucking cool it and reset the whole goddamn thing. I don't think we can see, I don't mean to contradict anyone, of course, but I don't think we want to see young Luke. I think Ethan's idea is very good as far as these other characters. Obi-Wan could have been having shit to deal with, on his own between 3 and 4. There could have been bounty hunters still periodically sniffing around trying to find where Luke is, but we should never see Luke.
Well, think about this. Think about the idea that the reason why Uncle Owen was like, just one more summer, just one more. You got to stay here for one more season. He had a gambling problem with Jabba the Hutt. Gangsters.
Yeah.
That would make sense. And that's the whole thing. That's the reason why Luke is imperiled, because Jabba's people might inform the Empire, okay? About that might work.
Yeah, and then you've got Uncle Owen, kind of scratching his arm and saying, "You're ungrateful little shit. How do you think I keep you in all that blue milk? You stay here another goddamn season. You get out there and farm, all right? Because I got some, problems here, son." But
Right.
I think really we need a gap, and we've got to get rid of Kathleen Kennedy and all of that crowd, and we've got to rebuild from the bottom up. So maybe some isolated movies by some really good directors and producers, but we're not going to be able to get them in there. I mean, that's the thing I was trying to say when Disney sabotaged the feed when I was making this point, because when you look at it from the perspective of a good director, right? What motivation does anyone have to come sign up with Lucasfilm now? Not just the toxic fandom, but look at their fucking track record. I mean, they screwed Gareth Edwards on Rogue One. They basically took his movie away from him and brought Tony Gilroy on to redo it. They hired Colin Trevorrow to direct episode 9, then fired him before the first storyboard got drawn, right? Then they hired Lord and Miller to write and direct Solo, and they fired them and replaced that movie with a paint-by-numbers book Ron Howard bought at Hobby Lobby, okay? So basically...
Wait, stop saying they. Kathleen Kennedy fucking did this. Stop blaming it on a group of people. This is one person, Kathleen Kennedy.
Kathleen Kennedy. Yes, she did that. So basically, Kathleen Kennedy's track record with directors isn't good. And directors kind of notice shit like that. I mean, you take a job with Disney, and 9 times out of 10, it's going to end in public humiliation. And it's all going according to the plan of Kathleen Kennedy, a.k.a. Empress Palpaswine. This isn't a fucking accident, you guys. I think this is the most cunningly deployed case of strategic incompetence ever devised to make someone termination-proof. I mean, directors at Disney drop faster than guests at an Agatha Christie lawn party with exploding croquet balls, okay?
Doomcock is on fire. Doomcock is on fire.
God damn it. Boy, just think about it, man. Who wants to go work there anymore? So we're going to take 5 years just to get people interested in working over there again.
Beautiful. All right, we got to move on. That was great. All right, so Dragon Hatcher 12, and I saw you in the regular chat, and you were asking, can you have a refund for your super chat if we're not going to read it? We're going to read it, I promise you, and it's next on the list. And I'm reading the regular chat. I've got both going. So Dragon Hatcher 12, do you think Metal Bikini will make a return in Star Wars? 100% no, at least not right now in SJW 2018. There's no way in hell that happens. No way in hell. What do you guys think?
They made a point to say how it's never coming back a couple of years ago because they put out a Black Series Princess Leia in the gold bikini, and it was the worst selling figure with Greedo for years. And then nobody bought them up. And then after they got taken off the shelves, Disney made that proclamation, and now they're like in demand. I can't believe how that shit works. But you'll never see Princess Leia's gold bikini. Do you really want to see it though on Daisy Ridley? Or Rose Tico.
Couldn't hurt. Rose Tico, yeah.
I have to disagree. I have to disagree, guys. Kathleen Kennedy is going to put that bikini on Poe. The final humiliation. The final humiliation.
Yeah, we're never seeing it. We're never seeing it, at least for the foreseeable future. Rhino453 says, Jeff, fire your Trebuchet back at them. Did I say that right? Trebuchet?
Is it Trebuchet?
Trebuchet.
Oh, that guy.
Trebuchet is no.
I know what it is. I just didn't know how to pronounce it. So
yeah, that's a new thing on my channel. That is our weapon for eliminating most of the people at Disney. We will be putting them on trebuchets and launching them at the sun. That is how we are going to fire Kathleen Kennedy and Ryan Johnson and Pablo Hidalgo and Chuck Wendig by trebuchet. Wherever, just point them in one direction and just watch.
That was an episode of South Park.
Trebuchet was?
Well, they shoot people into the sun.
I don't care where you shoot them. Just shoot them in any direction and just watch them recede into the horizon. It's beautiful.
Planet Musk Vlog says, or vlog, however you want to say it, we should nominate George Lucas for Kathleen Kennedy's job. I know it'll never happen, but hear me out. I believe a heartfelt apology delivered in a meaningful way from the fan base to George Lucas could go a long way towards beginning the conversation. I don't disagree with you. I mean, I agree with pretty much everything you've said. We know it's not going to happen. But, and I mean, I'm just speaking for myself. I'm not going to speak for everyone else on the panel. But, I mean, I've always supported George Lucas. I'm a prequel defender. Even if you're not a prequel defender, George Lucas created this world. He can do whatever he wants with it. And so I think George Lucas was severely treated unfairly by the fan base, in my opinion. And so I like what you're saying. I like the direction you're going. What do you guys think?
I would like to see George Lucas come back. Whatever he did, it would be better than this shit. Absolutely.
Yeah, it would definitely be better. But without him owning it and having complete control, that'll never happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. All right, let's move on because I'm buried deep in this stuff right now. JP4 says, saw on Facebook that after the fireworks, you're supposed to leave out bourbon and bacon for Captain America. Also, good high council tonight.
Great high council tonight.
Buck Rogers, guys, all of you are awesome. I listen to you all daily. Doomcock, love your love for real Star Trek. I'm a Kirk fan. I will not support the new garbage. Bless you, bro. I think that earns a quick Captain Kirk impersonation from Doom Cop.
I'd just like to say I thank you for your support, and I thank you for recognizing that I am the captain of the Enterprise. So, God bless you.
So good. Rhino4563, and yet Jessica Jones is banking strangers in the bathroom. Oh my God! Like I said,
critical chick.
I did not see Jessica Jones season 2 after season 1. I did love Kilgrave in season 1. I thought Kilgrave was fantastic, but everything else around that show with the SJW nonsense just was a huge turnoff. And then they did the whole "we're only hiring female directors for season 2."
It shows.
I'm not
Really?
watching this. Yo, yeah, they actually announced that. I made a video.
I had no. Oh, wow.
Remember, Kevin Feige though they're all making a point about Captain Marvel having, female composer, this, that, and the other. So that's a marketing ploy that they think is successful.
What, having females work? You know what's weird? I pointed this out on my channel. Like they put a lot of pressure on J.J. Abrams. They said, "Why won't you hire any women or POC directors?" And he's like, "Oh shit, I don't want to get into trouble with the way Joss Whedon did with what's her face, Anita Sarkeesian. Remember that?" So he went out and he immediately hired a black second unit director, female, and then he took a picture with his arm around her, and then he changed the working title of Star Wars Episode 9 from Black Diamond to Trixie. So interesting that he didn't want to kind of refer to his second unit director in the title, Black Diamond. No, he's like, no, attention on me. Yeah, it seemed a little bit racist to me, just a little bit. I don't know about you guys.
Yeah.
No, well, this is the point I made the other day too. Is they just continue, like they don't have respect for, and I don't like using this whole, people of color and women,
I do. It's
minorities.
funny.
Well, I'm saying in my regular everyday life. It's just like they're just people. Yeah, they're just people. But the SJWs, they're nothing more. They treat they treat them like circus animals. Like, if you do tricks for me, and I'm gonna prop you up, and I'm gonna use you to show how woke I am. But the second that someone says something that they don't agree with, they throw them out to dry. Like, oh, you're just a horrible human being. You know what I mean? Like they don't respect these people. They just use them.
Take a picture with me for Twitter. Quick selfie. It's
exactly. And it's so disrespectful. And that's what we're trying to create here, is just like, we don't give a flying fuck what you look like, what your color is, what race you are, what you do in the bedroom. We don't give a shit. Just have comments.
But no girls.
No girls, apparently, right? Yes.
Yeah, no women. It's a boys' club.
It's a boys' club. That's right. So it's just it's unbelievable that these nonsensical SJWs continue to think that people are going to take them seriously when they're not. All right, Hingle McCringle Berry. I'm not a lefty by any means, but Mark Hamill is a lefty I can respect. I think we all respect Mark Hamill.
Yeah.
So, Mariner 1712. Hail Doomcock. Did you hear about how Bob Orci was originally thrown out of Star Trek Beyond's pre-production after literally reeing at Paramount heads after taking him to task for Into Darkness? Ooh,
Yeah.
that's right there. So
Yeah, I've heard that. And the sad thing is that they removed even the wrong one. I mean, they're both awful. Kurtzman and Orci are abominable. They're destroyers of the franchise. But Orci at least knew something about fucking Star Trek. I mean, he'd seen a few episodes, so he knew a little bit. And then you've got fucking Kurtzman out there, knows diddly fucking squat about the franchise. It's just killing it, and he is in control for the next 5 fucking years. Put a fork in it. It's dead.
Nicholas Glenn, Jeff, do you come from the comic industry?
No, I trained for years to get into it, and I'm going to do a comic like Ethan did for Indiegogo, but
yeah. Let me know when you're ready to do that, dude. We'll rock it out.
I'm going to talk to you off there. I just want to make sure I get the right pitch, because first impressions are the most important thing. So I want to do it right. But yeah, folks, I never had professional training, but I've been out of college for 4 years. I spent the last 4 years trying to break in. I got a couple paying jobs. It was cool, but thank God I didn't get into that industry nowadays.
All right, GR Peephole says Altered Carbon is great. The main Asian character is forced to be white, a white man addicted to cigarettes and kicking ass. Blade Runner vibes. A lot of people keep telling me Altered Carbon is good. I need to watch it. I just haven't. Have any of you guys seen Altered Carbon?
Not yet.
Okay.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, I think I asked that last week or the week before. So, Midnight Cherry TV, World Class BS. Could a Mystery Men cameo save episode 9?
God, this dude's awesome. He asks me about mystery men all the time. Sure. Maybe they go back to Canto Bight and it's all the old people from the opening of Mystery Men, and the Mystery Men accidentally kill the guys from Star Wars and they take their place and save the movie.
Nicholas Glenn, Doomcock, what sci-fi show do you recommend watching?
Well, I hate to be redundant, kids, but The Expanse. The Expanse kicks fucking ass. They just wrapped up season 3. They've got a development in that finale that can leave them going literally anywhere in the universe. It's a damn great show. I recommend it entirely. Also, Counterpoint on Stars. Definitely worth a look.
Twilight Zone.
Kenneth LaRock says, nothing really to say, just want to contribute. Thank you for that. Spider-Man, not Bug Boy Morrissey, got an Indiegogo for Cecil action figure. I'm I'm sure you'll back it, Uncle Ethan.
Okay.
So since Cecil's been mentioned a few times, I actually, and I'm sure Ethan would be mad at me, but I did offer Cecil an opportunity to come on for a few minutes tonight, but he is unavailable.
He's on vacation. Yeah.
He is unavailable. So I apologize to all the Cecil Nation out there.
Cecil Nation.
But I was thinking of you. So I did offer him the shot.
We did talk to him. He'll be on next week.
I told him he was
mad at us.
I was gonna have to keep him under. I was gonna have to keep him under control tonight. So I gave him a time limit of how long he could be on. Then he would probably overshoot it by 10, 20, 30 minutes. So Daniel K, EVS, any chance you'll go back to doing conventions? I know you've been unfairly attacked at them before.
Yeah, I will, because I don't care. I'm going to go next year. The thing is, I want to bring my daughter. I want to bring my Andrea and Ava. Ava's too little. She's just 2. And I'm hoping that, when she's 3, she'll be a little bit less rowdy and more, I don't know. We'll see. I'm hoping next year.
If you need security, you can hire me because we have a ton of stuff to talk about. No one will bother you.
Oh, cool, man. Yeah, believe me. Yeah, that'd be great. I
like it. Nicholas Glenn, Doomcock, glad to hear your sub increase. You deserve it. I agree.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Buck Rogers, Ethan, you are awesome, bro. You have my full support. In any venture that you pursue, you have earned your stripes.
Thanks so much. If you guys, by the way, anyone in the chat who has not subscribed to my channel, could you subscribe to my channel? I am 7 subs away from 67,000. So if I could get 7 more, I'd love that. That'd be awesome.
Ethan, if you can rap, if you can yap for 2 seconds, I will pull your channel up and drop a link. So
that'd be cool. Yeah, absolutely. The thing is, guys, I do want to go do more conventions. I want to do personal appearances for Cyberfrog. Next year is going to be unreal for Cyberfrog. We have so much stuff going on behind the scenes right now. We're changing comics. It's like we're going to try to make things safer, better, more interesting for people who are not SJWs. And it's just me and my buddies. By the way, let's see. On the 5th, what is the 5th? What's today? Thursday the 5th, we're going to launch Red Rooster as an Indiegogo. We're going to blow the roof off of that. My Cyberfrog Blood Honey book made $94,000 in the first 24 hours that we launched it. We're going to try to get Red Rooster up to 100,000 in the first 24 hours. So I would dig that.
All right,
we did it.
Comics.
I just dropped the link for you there, Ethan.
We're over 67,000. Woo! Thank you guys. Thank you so much. Appreciate you guys. Thank you.
And I'll go ahead and when we get another question where I can focus, I'll pull links to all of your guys' channels and I'll drop them in the comments. I don't think Lauren is available tonight. That's me in the comments. All right, so Geek Chorus says, Doomcock, say my name for my voicemail. It's Gregory Deptus. That's Deptus. Gregory Deptus.
Gregory Deptus.
Nice.
I just had I was like, oh my god, I could imagine making that phone call. You've reached the voicemail of Gregory Deptus.
I have a feeling that's going to be the first of many for that request.
Leave a message, you fool.
Dude, you should go like make it $1 thing. You know, join the Patreon for $1. I'll send you a voice recording of that. There you go.
That's right. That's a good idea. Thank you, sir.
Boom! I love it. That's great. Nicholas Glenn says thoughts on.
I keep snorting and they're making fun of me in the chat.
You do, you're gulping. Ethan, you're a mess tonight, man.
I'm sorry. They're calling me a Gamorrean guard in the chat, and I'm like,
hey, at least they're not talking about. Somebody said Jeremy Reed's like the person with an IQ of 3. I was like,
you do not.
Nicholas Glenn, thoughts on bringing back The Last Starfighter? We've talked about this a few times. I mean, in theory, I would love that idea. I love that movie. So, what do you guys think?
I don't know. They probably just fuck it up.
Exactly.
It'll be some chick on Xbox Live.
Yeah.
Justin Kelly. Oh, let's see. WC, I'm assuming it means world class. World class. Love the new morning live show. Yes, that's what he's talking about. Do you think Star Wars problems are making the MCU actors, directors, and other talent nervous about the backlash?
I don't think the actors give a shit.
It's exactly what I was going to say. Go ahead.
But I'll tell you that I'm of two minds about Kevin Feige because he's the one that really matters the most. Because look at it like this. He's always produced well. For the last 10 years, there's never been a single flop of the MCU. I know our buddy Scott Mendelson tried to say that The Incredible Hulk was a failure, but it wasn't a flop like Solo. So there's never been a flop in the MCU. But there's also coming. It is coming. I'm about to say there's this weird clamoring for them to like get into the Star Wars game of identity politics in their movies, and they're going to turn off a lot of people because when you go to these movies, there are kids and adults and really old people that are going to see these movies that have it crosses the 3 to 93. You can get everybody in there. But with Star Wars, it's usually like a little older and like the same fan base that just go a bunch of times. They're going to turn Marvel into a more segmented fan base where like some people see the movies and read the comics and do this stuff, and then some people go see the movies, and then some people just don't do anything anymore and they buy a couple pieces of merchandise and that's it. They're going to kill themselves if they jump into identity politics because I'll be the first one to call them out on their shit.
Yeah,
it's not good. It's not good business for anyone.
Yeah, I don't think the actors or the directors really like they live in such a bubble. I don't think they're paying attention to any of this. Whenever it hits them, then they don't realize what's going on. They just start making excuses and blaming the white man, basically. So
Avengers 4 is going to be Captain Marvel leading the SJW Marvel universe against Thanos and beating him with one punch and love, because love beats hate. Love beats hate, Thanos. Meet Squirrel Girl.
I will walk out of the fucking theater if
That's
Iron Man.
That's what's gonna happen, dude. I promise you that is what's gonna happen.
Well, I had a woman on our channel message me and she's like, I have a son and I don't really care about Captain Marvel. But first off, the woman said, I like Robert Downey Jr.'s Iron Man. That's the character I care about. And then she goes, what about my son? What about role models for him? Why are they going to, make the guys look weak for these new girls that no one cares about? So this was a woman with a child that's voicing her concern. Are they going to say she's a racist or a sexist or something? No. I mean, the argument doesn't only come from one type of people. It comes from people from every walk of life.
It's true. That's true. All right, let me run through a few of these. Mark Beeman says, will Cecil get to sit at the kids' table on the High Council? That's probably from earlier when you asked that. But yeah, obviously Cecil had an invite tonight, but he could not make it. So poor for Gentis. EVS, don't let your chat turn into a cuck. Don't unilaterally disarm in the name of being better. Don't let the SJWs get between you and your customers. If they go at you, fight back.
I am fighting back, but all I care about is my customers, and I watch what you guys say. And if you want more Comicsgate, you'll get more Comicsgate. If you don't want Comicsgate, we won't do it. We'll go back to just doing Star Wars and drawing videos. I mean, that's just the way it is. I'm providing a product just like Jeremy.
Yeah, I mean, you every single. I'm speaking for myself. I think I'm speaking for everyone here. You guys control our content. I mean, you do. So what you want to see is what we're going to provide. And,
almost. I won't make a mundane Matt video.
You should. They've been asking you for that. They've been asking you for that for a while.
He's just not a shill, and he's not really worth the time, people. I get those messages still to this day, every single day. Guys, I love you. I'll do all kinds of stuff. But if they don't fit the definition of a shill, it makes me a hypocrite. So do you want real shill videos, or you just want me to talk shit about someone on the internet you dislike?
Great point. And I don't really have like Monday Matt tried to tagged me on Twitter and claimed some bullshit. I've never talked to the guy. I like his $3 Theater videos. I think they're fine.
They're okay. I'll tell you this though. He tried to start shit in my comment section, and he deleted the comment, but I got a screenshot of it. So, because if he ever tries to play that high ground of, I don't even know who you guys are, dude. You commented on my videos. Here's a screenshot, and then he'll just, there's a lie. But that's the only thing I won't do for the people that listen to the show.
When are you going to do the? Have you done the Ward family yet? Adam and what's his name?
Who are they?
Talking
from
about
making Star Wars.
Making wars. What is it? How did you say it the other day, Ethan?
Star
making
wars.
Yeah.
Yeah. They put it's like they have the Star Wars. They're called Making Star Wars, and their logo is so goddamn stupid. It's like Star and then Making really big in the middle, where it would say Empire Strikes Back, and then Wars underneath it. So it says Star Making Wars. And their channel is pure undiluted garbage. I mean, and they're hateful on Twitter, awful, hateful people. They're bullying Rebel Force Radio. The main guy is a big bozo. I honestly, I want to devote some of my channel time to taking them on because I don't care. Their whole thing is, well, we'll get you disinvited from Lucasfilm events. I don't give a shit.
Not even invited in the first place.
Yes.
Okay, the ones that do all these toy videos, or they go to like the set of a movie and film like mountains and say, hey, this is where they're going to CGI in the Millennium Falcon. That channel, Making Star Wars.net.
Yeah. Dude, they are the pits.
Talking for a minute. So.
What'd you say?
Okay.
Keep talking. I'm trying to drop links for all your channels real quick.
Oh, okay, thanks.
Oh, yeah.
I figure like this. First off, I have a rule. I don't go after like small channels. I don't care if people say
they're
shit.
Big.
Like,
they're
no, I know
huge.
they're bigger. I'm just saying that
Okay.
that's first of what I do. Like I never go after like that Disney kid that was trying to talk shit about us the other week.
No.
Like, so what? Let him try to get his subscribers up. I don't care. And then this, I don't care because I've learned this the best way possible. When I got embroiled in that whole retro blasting racist thing, my subscriber count jumped 20,000 in 1 month. So,
Yeah.
I mean, all they're doing is helping us out. So let them talk shit. I'm too busy, like we said, giving the people what they want. So they can bring it on all day. It just draws attention to us. It helps us out in the long run. They look like idiots, and we're busy doing our own thing. The
Love it.
doesn't go both ways.
All right, we're good. And Monday Matt is in the chat. He said hello. So he's in there. Bizinski says, Jedi hand wave, you will read this super chat. +1 for force money skill. The Grand Inquisitor. I'm telling you, short round is gonna be made a ladyboy in Indy 5.
I'm leaving the theater if that happens.
Chris Testerman. I want to make a Jedi Tico trilogy and a 50 Shades of Rey fan fiction, but I'm worried Lucas may steal my hard work. Life is so unfair.
By the way, Ethan, you and I are mentioned on a Star Wars toy site this week.
What did they say about us?
Well, not bad stuff, actually. It's from Jedi Temple Archives, anecdotal evidence of local retail gridlock. Is it the same for you? They pull up my Rose Tico video, and they talk about, hey, you're going to buy all the Rose Tico figures and melt them down and make Cyber Frog figures.
That's a good idea. Recycling.
Makani90 says, Ryan said that he wanted to make movies where half the audience loves it and half the audience hates it. Half the audience does and justify their reasons, and he acts like a giant man baby, name calling them and blocking them. That's his game. I mean, again, I have one account blocked on Twitter, and I'm just saying this is me. If you block people, that's cool. Different people have different, ways of doing things. I blocked one person, and that's that Down with Disney's treatment of fanboys bullshit account that was trying to say that they know me, and they were retweeting my shit. And I was like, fuck this. I don't want this account anywhere near me. And so, but yeah, I mean, I just don't know what you get from blocking a bunch of people. That it just creates, like Chuck Wendig, where he blocks everybody that thinks something he doesn't like, and then he does a poll. Then he knows what the answer is going to be, and I don't know what that accomplishes. So,
Jeremy, what we need to do is we need to go to a show where Chuck Wendig's going to be there and approach his table and act like we're fans and talk to him for a couple minutes, get some pictures of him, and say, hey, the High Council loves you, and then say who we are and walk away and see how he reacts. I mean, it's not like he's going to try to fight us.
No, not at all. Logan Michael, I wish that Star Wars was like the 2000s again. You and me both. Rhaegar Targaryen, y'all are tripping on New Voltron. Good animation and story. Castlevania is legit. Also, Iron Fist is good because it's so bad. Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. is more woke than Netflix Marvel. Good budget, bad story, sad. It's a lot there. but
Agents of Shield is terrible.
Yeah, Agents of Shield is terrible. And I did not like Iron Fist. I mainly just because of the lead actor, Finn Jones. He was so bad. He was so fucking bad.
He comes back in Luke Cage season 2, my friend.
Oh my god, he's so bad. I haven't seen the new Voltron and Castlevania. I watched the first few episodes and it was pretty legit. Okay, Sly Jones, Jeremy, you've inspired me to start my own channel. More news to come soon. Shout out to EVS, SE, and all the G&G family. No soy. Free Abu Nas. Well, Slide, thank you so much. You follow me on Twitter. I appreciate all your support. Good luck with your channel. If there's anything I can do for you, you let me know, and I will give you a shout out when you get started. The Reva Christ 2790. I can't wait until Ryan gets booed at a convention. And I've said this before, if Ryan Johnson, if Kathleen Kennedy, if any of these people, JJ, they're going to be in controlled environments at Celebration. It's going to be a controlled environment, controlled everything. I promise you. They're never going to just walk into it's not going to be like Hollywood Hogan walking out on Nitro, everybody booing him. That's just not going to happen. Like, it's going to be, they're going to put fake Goldberg crowd noise is what they're going to do. I'm sorry, I'm getting too much into wrestling, but they're going to put all the cheering. They're going to put them in a controlled environment. They're never going to let Kathleen Kennedy or Ryan Johnson walk on stage and get booed.
No, at the Star Wars Celebration, they're going to have a roped off section for Star Wars fans in a building across the street.
But yeah, that's I don't see them allowing anything like that. So it'll be interesting. It's damn sure going to be interesting. Nicholas Glenn, Doomcock, did you ever read Batman versus Predator? It's great.
I did. Yeah. That was damn good. That was a good fucking comic.
The Fandom Menace says, forks out for Porkins. Patrick Mazika says, 1 million people, and I just saw red, white, and boom over Columbus, Ohio. Let freedom ring. Happy birthday, America. Rhaegar Targaryen says, Luke Cage Season 2 is action-packed. Good villains. In this one, he becomes super woke by reading
Ta-Nehisi Coates.
Okay, and who is that?
Some douchebag writer over at Marvel who fucked up Black Panther.
Oh, okay.
Black Panther and the crew.
Okay, and heard MCU will go woke with Feige. I guess I got to check. Is Luke Cage Season 2 worth checking out? I like the first half of Luke Cage.
Here's my problem with a lot of like entertainment that's geared towards black audiences today. It's very segregated in terms of like first off, there's only one white dude, which isn't a problem. I don't even care that it's an all-black cast. Tons of movies are great like that. They don't go out of their way to shit on white people. They don't go out of their way to make it like about that. But it's kind of stereotypical at the same time too. I think it's entertaining. I watched all 13 episodes, but it gets preachy, and they bring up Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, and some other dude multiple times, which I mean, it works, in the context once or twice, but they go out of their way to do it. And then there's these musical numbers in between that I don't like. But the ending's awesome, and Luke Cage is like maybe a bad guy, maybe he's not a bad guy. Like it leaves you wanting more. Jessica Jones Season 2 ends on such a stupid note. Like I can't get into it because I'll start yelling in the microphone right now. I'm not even trying to be dramatic. It's that dumb. I fucking hate that show.
All right, I'm gonna have to check it out. So Nicholas Glenn says, LOL, Doomcock's schedule just filled up with live streams, and he wouldn't have it any other way. So
you have no life, my friend.
No, you don't.
You belong to us.
Look, when you become a YouTuber, man, again, this has been, the Geeks and Gamers YouTube channel has been around for about 4 or 5 years. I have not been a mainstay on it. I've tried to allow my team to develop it. And so the first of the years when I kind of took over and just pulled my balls out and let everybody see them. So like, hey, I'm just going to tell you exactly what I think, and I don't give a shit what you say. I'm not going to pander anymore. I'm not going to give a fuck. And it's done really well, but literally I have no life now. And that's fine. That's the world of a YouTuber, and it's awesome. So
yeah, that's absolutely true. And I'd like to say, you guys, I am only 54,000 subscribers away from 60,000. So throw a few subscriptions my way. Get me over that hump. I'd appreciate it.
Awesome.
And let me see where we're at. Demon Scythe says, silence. Will there be fan unrest at Celebration 19? I don't know, man. It's going to be interesting. It's going to be very interesting.
It's going to be the year of the High Council 2019.
Oh, it's going to be badass. George Cole says SJWs are like the creatures in Pitch Black. Oh my god. The Grand Inquisitor Kazan will make a short round. Oh, did we get that one already? Yeah.
Yep.
I don't know why that one showed up twice. So Logan Michael said you are trending on live. Right on. How many people are watching? Because I don't have that screen pulled up. So
About 1,800.
nice. And hit that like button. It's not going to crash. We're not on my phone. It's all good. So hit that like button. Thank you so much. Bjorn says Wendig performs fellatio for soy money. Lucky 13. What are all your opinions on Stanley being used?
Dude, Ethan, I would want to talk to you about this all week. It's so sad.
Yeah.
Let's go for it. Ethan, you have the floor.
About Stan Lee?
Yeah.
Look, I mean, this is just, it's funny because I've been saying that the comic industry has collapsed. It's become a cruel place. It's become a place where people bullying each other takes precedence over money. Something that I don't understand. Stories are terrible. Comics are bad. They're not selling. And then we have Stan Lee, our patron saint. I mean, the angel of the comics industry. How long does he have left to live? He might have 2-3 years in him. Maybe optimistically, he's in his mid-90s. And this is how we're saying goodbye to him. The abuse that he's suffering, the harassment, it is all amazingly tied in with and part of the collapse of the comic book industry. So when Stan Lee finally dies, we'll remember that the last things that we did for Stan Lee, for all that he's done for us, we accused him of sexually harassing women. We jacked his house. We robbed his bank account. We let his family physically abuse him, allegedly. We stole his blood. We stole his blood and used it, mixed it with ink to sign comic books. We forced him to go to convention after convention after convention and sign comic books when I know, because I've talked to Stan Lee, that Stan Lee fucking hates it. He doesn't want to be doing it. He's got lines of people. I revealed this on one of my shows recently. I talked to Stan Lee, and I was happy to meet him. I'm talking to him in a private room while he's signing all of these books, and he was grumbling. And I said, Stan, these are your fans. And he's like, they're not my fans. They're nobody's fans. And I was like, Stan, these people are going to take these books that you're signing, and they're going to become family heirlooms. They're going to be family heirlooms. And he's like, no, they're not. They're just, as soon as I die, they're going to sell these. These aren't my fans. These are no. And I said, but yeah, I repeated, but this is ridiculous. They love you. They're your fans. He said, my fans, line them up and give me a machine gun. And I was like, damn, that is how Stan Lee feels about the way he's being treated right now. Stan Lee feels like he's being shuttled around and forced to do a lot of work that he doesn't want to do. His retiring years, he's in his 90s. He should be laying on a lawn in front of the ocean, being served tropical drinks and reading a book. I'm absolutely disgusted and outraged by the way this community is letting Stan Lee die. It's sad. I could just shake my head and just, that's the way we are.
Very well said. Very well said. Does anyone else have anything to add? I don't know if anybody can add anything better.
I just hope his legacy is remembered for the last couple years. Thankfully, we've kind of moved past the allegation stages. So,
yeah, I agree, and I would say that really Doomcock's extended vocabulary is a direct result of Stan Lee. I mean, when I was a little kid, I inherited a big pile of Marvel comics, and I tore through them. And I mean, I remember one panel when this Dr. Doom steals the Silver Surfer's powers, and a minion bumps into Dr. Doom, and he grabs that minion and says, "How dare you lay hands upon the sacrosanct person of your master?" And that is in a comic, and that taught me vocabulary, and I'll be forever grateful to Stan Lee, not only for the universe that he built, but for the education that he gave a young supervillain.
He deserves better, doesn't he, Doomcock?
Yes, he certainly does. He's a master, and he built an entire universe with the help of a lot of great creators too. Jack Kirby, sadly, was not treated well either, as we know.
It's sad, but we all have a voice, and we need to start using it. And we can't let this continue. So there's 2,000.
I will say this. Let me just say this to the fans listening: do not buy Stan Lee's autograph from a convention. Do not demand that he appear. Do not ask for his autograph. Do not wait in line for an autograph. He's being mistreated by his handlers. He's got plenty of money. He doesn't need any money. So, himself, his bank account's loaded. for now until they jack it. Be a good fan. Do not ask for his autograph. Go buy it secondhand from an eBay site. But do not create a demand for him to be shuttled around anymore in his old age. It's not right.
All right. Well said, everyone. American Trent 421. Jeff, I just realized you sound like EVS. Rock on.
I do?
I don't know. I don't think so. You both
I
have
don't think
great
so
voices.
either.
Both have great voices, but they're different. They're different.
Ethan sounds like John Malkovich.
So
That's
maybe
what I hear.
I think it's because Doomcock sounds so different than everyone, so you guys sound a little more similar with Doomcock's presence. Maybe.
You all sound like human beings.
The Outpatient. Vader always knew where Luke was. He didn't change his name. He lived with his uncle. Kenobi didn't do anything to hide his identity either. I'm sure I'm sure that's when we were talking about the Empire earlier. When
Star Wars was made, they weren't father and son. They weren't brother and sister, so it all just comes out of probs because you try to build onto a story that existed previously.
Right. Baczynski, Obi-Wan protecting Luke. Luke would be like that level in Shadows of the Empire where Dash Rendar kills the biker gang. Also scenes of Luke Bulai Wampa Rats. So I love that game, and I should stream that game. Is what I should do. Shadows of the Empire. So because they're going to have an N64 classic soon. So, and I'm sure that's going to be on there. It has to be
hell no. Nothing licensed like that.
You don't think so?
I say they try to resell you that on the PlayStation Store before they would do something like that for what, $90 they're going to do that console?
Probably, yeah. I don't know. They've got some hellacious great games on the NES Classic and the
yeah, but like the Star Wars, they took Super Star Wars, which was exclusively a Nintendo title, and now it's available on. So I don't put that past them.
It's true. Let's see. Megatron 0541 needs more than just a trilogy to make these movies make sense. The story needs to be fleshed out more, almost like the Potter series. Yeah, well, I mean, The Last Jedi accomplished nothing but negative stuff. I mean, it did not further the story at all. It did not do anything positive for this entire sequel trilogy. It was really bad. So maybe in 2018 you'll get Metal. Everybody okay? Struggling? So,
yeah, we're good. We're good.
I'm fine.
Okay. Count Ludwig. Man, now why is my there we go. Trust me, this Asian American coworker is not a casual fan. He is a collector of the Star Wars toys, and I think he watches more Star Wars films opening day. I also suggested the G&G channel to him. So thank you very much for that. Always appreciate the suggestions for Geeks and Gamers, World Class, Overlord DVD, and Comic Artist Pro Secrets. Logan Michael, Ray is too flat for a gold bikini. Licardo for the $10 super chat. Thank you. Evernum, Robot Head's YouTube video rebuttal to the toxic fan meme titled "The SJW Trap: Strong Women for Star Wars." It's a lie, and here's the truth. Here's the proof. It's great. Have you guys seen Robot Head's YouTube channel?
No, never heard of him.
This cat has like 4 videos, and 2 of them, the first 2 are over like 400,000 views.
Yeah, look at they only have 7,600 subs. Yeah, the first one's 416,912 views. God damn.
What is Ethan doing? What are you giggling for? What are you doing, Ethan?
I'm laughing at the chat. I'm sorry. Just like,
snort, glug, glug.
Yeah, they bust my balls so bad. It's so funny.
No, but seriously, everybody check out Robot Head. That channel, man, that guy, he knows how to work the algorithm. Also, I do, since it's on the Geeks and Gamers channel, I want to give a shout out to Skyman Universe. If you're not familiar with Skyman Universe channel, check it out. I believe he's under 10,000 subs. Dude is literally, he's Thor. Like, he looks like Thor. He sounds like Thor. The dude is awesome, and he's dropping the truth on Star Wars. So check out Skyman Universe. Okay. Licardo says, give some of Feige's recent statements about the MCU, or given some of Feige's recent statements about the MCU, soon more female heroes than male heroes. Do you think they are paying attention to the Star Wars backlash? Again, we talked about that earlier. I mean, I think Feige probably pays attention to every detail of everything going on within the movie universe.
He just doesn't want bad press.
Yeah,
I think that's why he says everything everybody wants to hear, no matter what you get in the movies. The build-up is everything everybody wants to hear. Like, if I was in his position, I'd be like, no, these fan theories are wrong. He just lets people, live in their fantasy world and then come see the movie. He's really great at what he does.
Yeah, I think, I mean, I don't know Kevin Feige's politics, and I'm glad I don't know them, but I would assume, because he's in Hollywood and he works for Disney, I'm assuming he's probably, a lefty, which there's nothing wrong with that.
He was associated with like stuff with Richard Donner too, so that's it's going to be
right. So I mean, the concern is there, and I think we're all concerned, even as much as we all loved Infinity War, and we did. I'm concerned. I'm very concerned.
Well, next week on the channel, I'm going to break away from Star Wars for a minute. I got 2 Marvel-centric videos coming out. So the one's going to be more on Kevin Feige, and the other one's going to be on this Spider-Verse that Sony's trying to create and how it's going to fail. Like, have you guys heard about?
Are you saving the reveal about why it's going to fail?
I haven't written it yet.
Oh, but you have ideas. I gotta hear this.
Yeah. I write all my stuff down. No, but the Silk movie with and then there's a Venom movie without Spider-Man, the Miles Morales movie. They're gonna make all these Spider-Verse flicks without Spider-Man, and they're gonna cause. The thing is, because it happens on the internet and a few people know about this shit, doesn't mean that your general audience is gonna go out and support it. Like, they're gonna see Silk. I don't know who that is. That's kind of like Spider-Man, but it's not Spider-Man. People are just not gonna go, guys. I mean, Sony, you're setting yourselves up for massive failure.
Let me see. Let me get back to this thing real quick. I had another screen opened up, trying to juggle way too much right now. Okay, Roodog. Is that Road? It's ROODO. It should be Road Dog. That's what I wanted to say. The Road Dog.
Oh, you didn't know?
Yo ass, but all right, I'm not gonna do it anyway. Road Dog 24. Gentlemen, what does Lucasfilm need to do to make Episode 9 good?
Cancel.
I said it today. They need to delay it and rewrite the whole damn thing. That's the only answer. Delay it and rewrite the entire thing.
One thing, Jeremy, too, I'm with you 100% on delaying it. It hasn't started production yet. It starts in a couple days. So I would like to at least hope that somewhere people have been trying to rework it a little bit before it hits the Pinewood Studios lot.
Yeah.
Dude, Episode 9 is a lost cause. Nothing is going to save it. This is not a goddamn thing they can do. All they can do is make it not like shit itself quite as bad, but it's dead. Really.
Yeah, but Force-sensitive Rose Tico. Boom. That's all you need.
We got to get her back on Instagram. Yeah, we've really got to get her back.
Yeah, here's what I'm predicting about Episode 9, and this is what I can't wait for. J.J. Abrams fixing Rose Tico. Now, if we have more Rose Tico in Episode 9, I will be all over that. I'm going to go see Episode 9 just for my Rose Tico bae, and she is bae.
Kelly Marie Tran is bae, but Rose Tico is not. So
wrong. The other way around. I don't know anything about Kelly Marie Tran.
I'm just saying she's
Rose
cute.
Tico.
Like she's very cute, and then Rian Johnson made her like a general contractor lesbian or something like that. Like, I don't know what the hell he was thinking. So
yeah, but it's going to be like a Pretty in Pink. What's that story where it's like you got the nerdy girl and then you take her out to the prom and she cleans up real nice? Like, JJ gets to do that part of the story. Like, he's going to take Rose Tico to the prom and she's going to clean up real nice. And that's what I'm predicting for Episode 9.
Okay.
I'd like it if they gave her some driving lessons so she didn't crash into somebody this time.
Dr. Otto von Doofus says, Jeremy, Disney agents planted mold in your crib. Hey, they can try, but we've got people on it. So Gemini Waters says, female lead writer on Netflix, Witcher, says on Twitter, it's fucking insane to put personal politics in shows. She still gets abuse for being SJW. Thoughts? I'd have to look more into that. Have you guys heard anything about that?
What was that again? I'm sorry. They cut out.
Female lead writer on Netflix, Witcher, says on Twitter, quote, it's fucking insane, unquote, to put personal politics in shows. She still gets abuse for being SJW. Thoughts?
It's unfortunate that she gets called that, but I guess it's good that she feels that way. I don't know the show, so I can't really.
Yeah, and I think I do think that there is certain times when SJW gets misused and people are jumping the gun on it. And that's important that we make sure we're not mischaracterizing people in situations like that, because I mean, these SJWs are crazy. They literally are crazy people, and they are not mentally stable. And we need to make sure that we're calling out the proper people. So, I mean, but again, I don't know this situation, so I don't want to speak any direct thoughts on it. So, I don't know what the hell it says. Joe G. Ruffy. Cyberfrog is at $425,536.
Wrong. $425,656.
Boom, there's an update. So
Yeah.
Kleindropper says, sounds like the MCU is dead after Avengers 4 2. Very possible. Jabba's Southern Slobber Biscuits. Thank you for the super chat. Is Lucasfilm's purpose to destroy the Star Wars franchise? I don't think it's the purpose to destroy it. It's their purpose to rebrand it into what they want it to be and destroy the past. Thoughts, guys?
Exactly.
Yeah, absolutely. They're trying to destroy the past, erase the fandom, and bring in new fans, but they don't realize that the new fans are not going to be nearly as committed as those that have built up over 40 fucking years.
Yeah, they made a mistake. They should have waited to do this years down the road after people associated Disney and Star Wars as a good marriage. But right off the bat, they fucked up with The Force Awakens, and then they haven't done anything like that great at all. So I don't think it's their purpose, but they did it by mistake.
Yep. Noriel Maria says, iPhone news app has this Fox News headline, quote, Star Wars actor Ahmed Best says he considered suicide after Jar Jar Binks backlash, unquote. Attack it, fans. I haven't read the article. I saw the headline earlier. I would assume that they're trying to spin it to their narrative, but have you guys read this article?
No.
I don't have time for Ahmed Best.
That's why everyone subs to Geeks and Gamers, because he's right on the. Are you on the ball? Did you read it?
No, I said I didn't. See, you just
don't say that, Jamie or Ethan.
Yeah, you just
shit. None of us read it. Yeah, sorry.
Damn it. But you can bet your ass Ethan's going to point his camera at his tablet and read it. So
I will read it aloud with my pencil. I will read it.
I want it. Like, sometimes I just don't feel like setting all my cameras and shit up and lights, and I just want to point the camera at the computer. But all I know, people are going to get comments go, "Fucking Jeremy's just copying Ethan."
Yeah,
that's why I don't appear on camera.
So, all right, let's see. The Outpatient, not Cecil Nation, Sicilian Mafia. So, wow. Okay. So, Mattuine, enjoying you guys tonight. No work tomorrow. I'm on my third Jack and Coke. Do what a diddy dumb diddy. Doomcock is the man. Triton 1, who is submitting something for the Star Wars Fan Awards? There's nothing to submit. So
I put that on my Facebook page as a joke, like, hey guys, vote for us. And everyone thought I was serious, and they all wrote me paragraphs why they love the channel, but they don't think we'd win. And I said, you realize I'm being sarcastic, and then they all deleted their comments. I'm like, Jesus Christ, people. I had more hope for you guys, but whatever.
Michael Pronesti, thank you for the good, nice super chat there. Ocean's 8/Canto Bight heist movie with Ghostbusters teaching Force Ghost is good as Michael Spock redefines logic. Kylo bends over Darth Dunham, and Darth Dunham, and Rey teaches the Force to be better at being the Force. Kylo bends over Darth Dunham. I'm gonna let you have that one, Ethan, because you're the person that introduced me to that situation.
What is this?
This whole thing on Girls with Adam Driver and
dude, that show's so gross.
Yeah. That disturbed me, and I'll never get over that. First, all you have to do if you want to understand why Kylo Ren is degenerate, and you should never watch that. You should never think Kylo Ren is cool. Just watch the first episode, about half of the first episode of HBO's Girls. Starring what's her name?
Lena Dunham.
Lena Dunham. God, the name is almost out of my head. I'm really glad.
She is. Anyway,
yeah.
Sorry.
There's a scene in the opening where she comes over to Adam Driver's house for some cheap sex, and he's like, "Can I put it in? It's in a bad place?" And she's like, "Yeah." And she just like punches up, like bent over on his couch, and he's like, "I got to go do something. You wait, I'll be right back." And she just stays there on the couch in that position, and the camera stays on her for like 20 minutes. And then he finally comes back and gives it to her. That has never left my subconscious. And every time I see Kylo Ren, I think about him doing bad things to Lena Dunham. And I don't know how I want to just leave it there. But
have you ever seen the picture of her on the toilet eating a cake?
Oh my God.
All right, moving on.
No wonder his lightsaber is red and burning.
Tortius Gaming, possible new shirt. Cray K, the Hut, holding a leash for Roundhead Ruin Johnson, the Laughing Monkey Lizard, captioned, ruined the franchise. That's all Ethan right there. I'll let Ethan handle that one.
One more time. I'm looking at the chat and laughing.
So Cray, this is a new possible shirt. Cray K, the Hut, holding a leash for Roundhead Ruin Johnson, the Laughing Monkey Lizard, captioned, ruined the franchise. So.
That is all possible. We have had that idea. We have thought about Kathleen Kennedy as Jabba the Hutt, and little monkey boy Ryan Johnson as Salacious Crumb. That shirt has not been completed yet. We are thinking about releasing the Roundhead Ryan Johnson TIE Fighter t-shirt, though, which is basically his head and like the 2 TIE Fighter wings on either side.
Be careful, though. Don't get sued.
Yeah.
Blade Aryan R10 request for Doomcock. Please say Kathleen Kennedy kneel before Zod.
Kathleen Kennedy kneel before Zod.
Let's see. Basinski, the woman with the kid, is going to get accused of internalized misogyny and tell her he needs women role models so he's not a future rapist. Do you guys remember there was an article where a woman wrote a story, like it was a left-leaning site, and she wrote about her sons and how she was so depressed because she potentially had future rapists. Like, that's not what this person's talking about specifically, but I remember this article was making the rounds where her kids were like under the age of 12, I believe, and she was like worried that she had future rapists because they were men. That's the type of people we're dealing with.
Oh my God.
That's the type of people we're dealing with. And it's just like, can you imagine when those kids grow up and those guys and they're like, they read that article where their mom said that? Like, what the hell is wrong with these people, man? I don't understand it. I say that a lot.
Those people procreate.
Oh boy.
Cecil's here. Everyone, Cecil's here. And he's wearing a mask. He's wearing a mask, another disturbing, upsetting mask. What
the fuck was that up or with Cecil?
Hello.
Cecil,
Yeah.
Have you met Doomcock?
Oh no, I was listening to him last week on the show, and I like him. He sounds but without his little voice synthesizer, he sounds like a drunk uncle doing Santa Claus. But I like it in a good way. He's very good. I actually watched a few of his videos since then, and I enjoy it.
Doomcock?
Well, that's great, Cecil. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Now, are you a fan of Cecil, Doomcock? Because this is what everybody was asking. Like, we need Cecil and Doomcock on the High Council.
Well, Doomcock isn't really a fan of people, He only regards himself as supreme, so, no offense.
None taken. How you doing, Cecil? I thought you were on a boat.
I am. I'm home. I drank a bucket of bourbon, and I had to come home. People were going back out to another bar, and I tapped out.
All right. Well, let me read some of these super chats real quick and get caught up because we're way behind. Acid Blade 21, Avengers Part 2 or Part 4 will be the last Marvel movie that I will watch. After that, I'm tapping out. I have always been a casual Marvel fan. I went ahead and purchased Cyberfrog Blood Honey.
Thank you.
And can't wait for it. So Ethan's getting all types of support, and we all appreciate it. So Alex G, most toilets flush with the key on E flat. Kyle Miller, due to the sequel trilogy doing so badly, I have decided to no longer be a normie Star Wars fan and embrace the EU. After reading the Thrawn trilogy and the New Jedi Order, I never understood why they did not resurrect the EU to pass the torch to the new gen. A lot of us don't really understand that. So, and that's why the outrage was so bad. Jabba's Southern Slobber Biscuits. Jeremy, do you make your wife dress up like Ahsoka? No comment. All right. Wesker 75. Is Luke in episode 9? I think we already asked that, didn't we? Somebody asked that earlier, but we don't know what we don't. I don't think it's been confirmed, but I guarantee he's going to be in this movie in some capacity, so they can use him for marketing.
Are we going to make a Duke's Brothers bet right here on air?
Yes,
I'll make the bet. I'll make the bet.
Cool.
He's in it because he signed a 3-picture contract, so he's going to be in it.
I guarantee he's in it. Like, there's no way he's not. They have to use him for marketing. They have nothing to market without Luke. They have nothing.
Yeah. There's no way they're not going to keep him in there. They're going to get him in there some way.
He's going to be a ghost.
And it's like if Carrie Fisher were still around, then I don't know if necessarily I'd feel that way that Luke would definitely be in it because they would just use Carrie Fisher. They would use Leia. But they don't have that, and they don't have Han. And so they're going to bring Mark Hamill back, and they're going to use him for marketing. They're going to bring Lando back, and they're going to use him for marketing. That's exactly the way I feel about it.
I don't think Lando's a strong enough character to market like the nostalgia crowd. Because as much as we all like Lando was a secondary character.
Well, no, but but Lando is complemented by Luke's presence in the marketing, so he's definitely not someone that can be the focal point of the marketing. But if you have Luke and you also show Lando, then you're still pulling on those nostalgia strings that they want to use for marketing, but they don't want to complement it with the storytelling. So
look, I'll go against you guys just for the sake of the bet, even though I think Luke Skywalker will appear as a ghost, but I don't think they're going to market that in the trailers and stuff because that would here's the thing about these new Star Wars movies. They make the previous one irrelevant. So they got to like learn how to build up on each one going forward. It's like, oh, remember all this shit we talked about in The Force Awakens? None of that was in this movie. Remember all the stupid shit we did in The Last Jedi? None of that matters. It's like, what? So if none of this matters, people are going to eventually be like, well, if the other ones don't matter, why should I even see any of these from now on?
It's true. It's true. B3 Chandler, we need more Comics Gate. I was proud of the live stream last night, Uncle E. Felt like comic book history is being made, and I'm proud to support it.
Awesome.
Yes, definitely. GRP poll, Ethan, you need to bring the wise Edwin here.
Nah, he doesn't really belong here. He's not a Star Wars guy.
Gotcha. Shelley Roberts, I used to think that I used to think my employer's social media policy was too much, but watching Lucasfilm employees lately cleared it up for me. Wow, just wow. You're 100% right. I can't believe what's going on. It's nonsense. Tim King, hope you all have a wonderful Independence Day. Thank you. And that goes out to everyone watching, everyone supporting. We all hope you have a great holiday. Nicholas Glenn, Doomcock, do you watch Game of Thrones? If so, what are your thoughts?
I watched it all the time. I think that I think the season before last was abominable. Just awful, unwatchable. I mean, what the fuck was Arya doing, getting stabbed in the gut, falling into the toxic, like, fucking cesspool water there, and then doing, like, what do they call it? The fucking gymnastics chasing through the city with an assassin on her ass. That was ridiculous. But this last season really picked it up. It really did, and I'm looking forward to it. Now, they did eclipse time a lot with, the guy going off for help and the Khaleesi showing up with the fucking dragons in the matter of, I don't know, an hour or something. I don't know. How big is Westeros anyway? Is it about the size of Delaware or something? I don't know. But I think that it's going to end strong, and I'm looking forward to it.
Okay. I'm a fan of Game of Thrones. So, Eddie Max of Indoor, Ethan, what if Episode 9 trailer, Mystery Jedi removes Hood and it's Luke? Do you see the movie? Well, I think Ethan's seeing the movie either way.
I'll see the movie. I don't care. It's gonna be if it's a shit show, great. That's fine. I will roast it thoroughly on my channel. I'm gonna enjoy seeing that movie. It's gonna be painful, I hope. I just hope for a lot of roast Tico. I'll say it over and over again. Lots of roast Tico.
All right, I'm gonna hold off on the super chat for a minute because people want to hear Cecil and Harvey talk.
Oh, well, all right. Harvey.
I also liked the Khaleesi in the Game of Thrones. I hope this season they bring Aquaman back to bang her from behind, because that was the highlight of season 1. He would grab her all the time and just, treat her like an animal. And I really enjoyed that as a viewer. And if Aquaman would come back and do that, I think it would really jazz up the finale.
To mount the stallion of the world, like a seahorse. Like Speedy in Aquaman, Speedy used to get up to mischief with the jellyfish. It was a disgusting thing to see.
You're welcome. You're welcome, Geeks and Gamers.
I agree with that guy. Who was that, Harvey?
Yeah, Harvey Cthulhu here. Hey, Cecil, how's it going?
I also think that, that a lot of the Aqualad, they took advantage of blowholes. I mean...
Yeah. I think they did. And the whales, were like, #me too, because, old Speedy, he was called Speedy for a reason, or was it Skippy? I forget which.
It was Skippy. Speedy was, I think, Green Arrow's sidekick, if I'm not mistaken.
So that's even worse on the blowholes because Skippy is, chunky and smooth. So it just comes in two varieties.
Wasn't Speedy the one that was actually caught doing drugs by Green Arrow?
Yeah, he did. He was shooting up heroin.
Okay.
The fact that none of this was planned is the most fantastic thing ever. Like if I would have not known, I would have thought this would have been planned. It's not.
No, it's in another dimension. He wheeled me over to the microphone, and here I am.
Okay, all right. Let's pause that for a minute. Let me get back to this. As for season 4, episode 3, I guess that's your screen name. Scott Mendelson has such a high midichlorian count that he has no mother. Basically, Ace Ventura took a dump and gave birth to him. See Forbes photo. Good Lord.
Look, I got a 20-minute video, not even like a 15-minute video coming out about Scott Mendelson relatively soon. Keep that anger towards him because I ripped this dude a new asshole. I call him essentially like a Valley Girl type of thing. It's fun. It's a lot of fun. I hope you guys like this one.
Awesome. Angry Liquid says, this may be a dumb question. No such thing as dumb questions. What if SJW has noticed you guys at Star Wars Celebration and try to kick you guys out? Please let that happen.
That'd be great. Let's make some videos and make them look like idiots.
We will have videos going the entire time we're there to show that we're not doing anything other than enjoying ourselves and talking to people that enjoy watching our YouTube channels. So please let them try to kick us out. That's especially Jeff. Let them try to step to Jeff.
Please try to start a fight with me. That's what I'm looking forward to. Like, somebody tries to start a fight with me, that's gonna be hilarious.
So yes, we again, we're not going there to try to get kicked out. We're going there to have fun and be respectful and talk to the people that watch our channels. But if they want to try to create some nonsense, we welcome that.
What if we get there the first day and there's like there's pictures of our faces on like a table or something? It's like, do not admit. What would you guys do?
Oh man, that turned the cameras on right then and there.
I would too. I'd be like, look it, we made it.
Yeah.
They're afraid of us for some reason.
Doomcock, did you have any thoughts?
No, nothing about that. I'm not going to Star Wars Celebration. By God, it would be a wake for me.
We have to work on that. We got to get you there, man. Nicholas Glenn, Doomcock, are you going to Star Wars? There it is, Star Wars Celebration with the rest of the High Council. Once you start live streams, we will help pay for your trip and show you love like we've shown Ivan. So there you go. You can.
Well, I may have to rethink that then. We'll see.
Yeah.
Hey,
I think.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Oh, sorry. Somebody sent me this. Did you guys hear Scarlett Johansson's playing a trans man in a movie?
Oh God, no! But
people are like outraged. So we were talking about MCU actors earlier. I guess Scarlett Johansson is involved with this garbage.
Wow. I welcome that one so I can talk about it on the channel.
They're going to have to strap those puppies down.
Oh my God. Cecil, speaking of you, did I tell you we got a fake Cecil that's trying to attack us?
Imitation is the sincerest form of flattery.
You don't want what this guy is saying about you or acting like in your name.
What'd he say?
How could he degrade? What?
He degraded me?
Well, no, he acts like you, but he sends us. I'll tell you off air because I don't want to say it on air and get Jeremy's channel in trouble for saying what I have to say. So.
Okay.
All right, let's see. Savan Sandstrom said, "I love Legion. It's so confusing. The SJWs can't figure it out, so they can't screw it up." I'm not. What is Legion?
It's a show on FX. It was based on a Marvel kind of a X-Force kind of comic. I forget the exact mutant comic it was based on, but it's a remarkable work of art. That thing. They've really taken it to a level of. It's kind of like a art film superhero show. Really, really beautifully done. Honestly,
I completely agree with Doomcock. That show is superb. It is based off the character of Charles Xavier's son, he's like a Omega level mutant who has multiple personality disorder. It's fucking great. Really good.
Good stuff. Jabba's Southern Biscuits or Slobber Biscuits is SJW Lucasfilm intentionally killing the franchise. We kind of touched on that earlier. So they're intentionally trying to rewrite the franchise and kill the past to push their own agenda into it. Chubsy Ubsy Silence. Are you guys looking forward to Netflix Dark Crystal in production? Some things Netflix are doing great. I'm a big fan of Dark Crystal. Can't wait. I haven't looked that much into it. What about you guys?
Nope.
No.
I haven't looked at it, but I'm excited. I mean, this sounds pretty fun.
I'm I mean, based on just the initial what you're saying in the Dark Crystal itself, I'm interested. I'm interested. So we'll check it out. Nicholas Glenn, EVS. Do you know Dave Gibbons? Thoughts on his writing?
Yeah, I met him. He's a good writer. I like him. I like his art better.
I was to say, why would you associate Dave Gibbons as a writer? I mean, he drew Watchmen and Green Lantern and a bunch of other great books.
He writes, but yeah, he's mostly known as an artist.
I mean, you wrote Cyberfrog, but at the end of the day, you'll be known as, just the comic book artist that had a Green Lantern thing, not necessarily like
the greatest comic book artist of like my generation. But I mean, not a writer, not the greatest comic book writer of my generation.
What happened to Jeff Johns this week? Didn't he just get he got removed from DC again, like something to do with the production? Every time I see his name in the on the internet, I think of asking you questions. But
I guess something happened this week. I don't know.
Yeah, I think he stepped down from some part of DC Entertainment again.
Is that okay? He was I don't know. He's starting his production company. He's gonna write the Green Lantern Corps movie. I haven't talked to Jeff since DC Rebirth. It's been like a year and a half, so I don't know what's going on with him. He's very busy.
Okay. American Trent 421 says I meant sounded like EVS on our stream, Jeff. That was from earlier.
Oh yeah, American Trent was on World Class Bullshitters on Sunday night because I have this perk as a patron thing. If you guys join up, you can request either a video to be made or you can come on the show. And Trent was on and we talked for 4 hours about everything from Star Wars to toys to it was probably my favorite thing I've done in the last 2 weeks. So Trent's an awesome dude.
Nice. Let's see. The Dallas Deadeye says you need Skyman on the council one night. We need some British accent to give it credibility. Skyman's cool. I'm a big fan of Skyman. So, but we have Doomcock and Ethan, so we're good. Jeff and I are just happy to be here, right, Jeff? No.
But remember the European time difference is why we couldn't get guys like Mahler on my channel for the High Council because it's what 3 a.m. Well, no, it's like 4 a.m. there now, but when we start, it's pretty early for them. Right. So
yeah. Mike Soilo says, "Good job tonight, gents. EVS ordered Cyberfrog. Can't wait. Will Cyberfrog be open to others to write?"
Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe. Yeah. Eventually.
Okay. Dr. Otto von Doofus, best Bronze Age writer and artist.
Ooh, that's a good question.
I'm gonna leave that one to Jeff and Ethan, and maybe Doomcock.
Yeah, Doomcock knows this.
Well, what period does he mean by Bronze Age? What would you say?
I Googled it. It says 1970 to 1985.
I would say Alan Moore, probably.
But Watchmen's 1986, sir. You are disqualified.
Yeah. Okay. That doesn't work. That doesn't work.
Dude, I mean, 1 year, whoop-de-doo.
Yeah, well, I think Alan Moore is the best writer, period. But goddamn, yeah, I don't know. That's a good question. Len Wein, maybe? Nah, I don't know.
I like Len Wein. I'd go if you throw Frank Miller in there for both.
Yeah.
And Neil Adams. Neil Adams was kicking some ass in the 70s.
Yeah, he did Green Arrow, Green Lantern. That series was fucking kick-ass.
And his work on Batman. Oh, John Byrne. I'd say maybe John Byrne.
Yeah, John Byrne.
All right, real quick, I want to move on. I wanted to get Ethan's thoughts, but we gotta move. So, and this is these are back-to-back super chats, and they're talking about the Spider-Verse. So from Logan Michael and from Makani90, and they're asking about the Spider-Verse meltdown, which we kind of touched on a little bit, but specifically it says, Jeff, do you know about the Spider-Verse director's Twitter rant? And we kind of talked about that. So.
I do know. I follow everything Spider-Man. I just don't talk about it on the channel. Like, if I could get the same amount of people to watch me talk about Spider-Man as Star Wars, guys, I would talk about how many webs are on his mask at times. Believe me, I know way too much about Spider-Man.
Yeah, same. If I get people to watch my Nintendo videos, I'd talk about that all the time. So, but Sierra Whiskey 186 EVS, will there be human collaborators with Hornets against Cyberfrog and the human race? Didn't see Soilo because I spent my movie money on Cyberfrog.
Oh wow, I love that. You wouldn't think so. You wouldn't think that there would be, not 20 years later.
Okay. Will Haynes, what is your take on Brie as Captain Marvel? I mean, we haven't seen anything yet other than screen back, just like set photos. We've heard Yes, we've heard.
I say boo. I have an opinion on this one, if you don't mind.
Go for it.
She's not a movie star. She's an indie movie star. She does not have zhuzh to carry a film. No, she looks upset all the time. She's good for indie stuff. She should be in a movie about her kid being kidnapped or something, but not a superhero.
Okay.
Well
Yeah.
said.
Go ahead.
Oh, I just said well said, Cecil. That's all.
Yeah. Right on.
Yeah, did you see Skull Island?
Yeah.
Anybody?
Yeah.
Does anybody remember a single scene she was in Skull Island? No,
Nope.
she's forgettable. She's a nobody.
Yeah, that's. I think that's going to be kind of the gist from everybody here. Hollywood Hulk Hogan is here, and he says, "We getting moist up in here, brother."
Hollywood.
Iraq says, 1-11 says, "Which superhero has the best group of villains in your opinion, guys?" Batman.
The
Spider-Man.
Flash.
The Fantastic Four.
There you go. 4 different answers. That's what I like. I like having some diversity of thought on here. So, Jim Bobo, EVS, I know you wanted to say it's Spider-Verse Antifa.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it's disgraceful. If you're asking me what I think about it, it's absolutely disgraceful. Antifa, they are American terrorists. I know they're just kids. I know they're just little public, mom and dad trust fund kind of kids, but they do commit acts of terrorism. I've encountered them. I went to the inauguration of the president. I watched them smash windows in an ATM when I was just trying to take out $200 cash to pay the dude on the bicycle that, with the little wagon in the back to drive me around DC. I was just trying to pay him, and I couldn't because all the ATMs were smashed by Antifa, and he had to drive me all around DC. This little guy was just pedaling his ass off trying to find an ATM so I could pay him. And that's Antifa that did that to me and to him.
Were you as heavy as you are now when that happened?
That's a
Yeah.
bird.
Oh my
Basically,
then I hate Antifa too for doing that to him.
yeah. Imagine 1/3 of you sitting in a cart and having some poor guy have to pedal him around Washington D.C.
No,
It's brutal.
Yeah.
It's brutal. Yeah.
All right.
All right. So anyway.
Oh, go ahead. You got anything else, EVS?
No, I have nothing else.
Okay. You
Thanks,
said anyway,
Cecil.
so I wasn't sure. So Cecil just derailed everything. Bimbo, and I'm not going to try to read the rest of this name, but it says Lord Doomcock, please, Hank Hill. Thank you.
Well, I'll tell you what, y'all are talking about your funny books and all that kind of silly nonsense for children, but I'd like to take a moment to talk seriously about propane and propane accessories. It's not just for adults, it's for responsible adults.
Gold, man. Gold. Can Stan just says there's nothing they can do to save anything. It's already one of the most disjointed series ever made. Episode 8 was pinned before 7 was finished. You're 100% accurate. Sierra Whiskey. Tico, next Grand Master of the Jedi Order. God, I can't even say that. That's so painful to think about. Ethan's probably happy about it, though. So, what does thoughts mean?
THOT?
Can we copy strike PewDiePie, or was it copy strike? Is that what she said? Did you guys hear about that? The copy strike PewDiePie thing?
No.
Really? You guys didn't hear about that?
I don't follow any internet drama, dude.
So PewDiePie was doing like this reaction, like the thing where you what is it, where it tracks your vision and you're looking at the screen, and he was trying not to look at these girls' boobs on Twitch, and he basically was like stupid Twitch thoughts because he couldn't stop looking at their boobs. And some girl was live streaming this Twitch girl, and she made a big hoopla about PewDiePie calling her and girls' Twitch thoughts. This is a girl who shows her ass and her boobs and tries to get views, and it completely backfired on her terribly. Like, it was an epic collapse. Like, she destroyed her career by this. And so that's the only knowledge I have of thoughts. So I'm assuming it's something to do with like girls that get on camera and try to use their cleavage for views.
It stands for that hoe over there.
Oh, there you go. Well, there you go then. So, so that's my extent of knowledge on it. That's the first time I'd really been exposed to that term when the whole PewDiePie thing happened, and I'm glad that he destroyed her. Well, she destroyed herself, which was hilarious. So, please, EVS, please draw Tico driving speed buggy. There's your request right there.
What? What? I don't understand. Okay.
The Grand Inquisitor, what movie are we supporting on 12/19 or 12/20/19, not episode 9? Isn't Jumanji 2 supposed to be out?
Yeah, support The Rock.
So we'll support The Rock. So Chaos Risen, I don't read. I wait for Ethan to read it to me. Oh, that's beautiful. That's
what my channel's for. Yeah.
That is beautiful. This stream needs to taste Cecil's rainbow. Cecil?
I don't know what that means.
Your response was great. Don't worry about it. Hollywood Hulk Hogan. EVS just imitated Troll 2. Oh my God.
Have you guys seen that movie?
I have not.
Yes.
No, I've heard of it.
It's unwatchable. Fuck that movie.
I have not watched it, and I won't. Nicholas Glenn is just lighting Doomcock up with the super chat, so I just gotta give Nicholas a shout out. So Doomcock, pros and cons on Rogue One.
Rogue One. Well, the pro is it's the absolute best of the Disney Star Wars films. I really liked the robot in that. I thought it was funny. Alan Tudyk, I think. I don't know how to pronounce his name.
Tudyk, yeah.
Tudyk. I really liked the blind Jedi Master, or not Master. He was not a Jedi Master. The blind kind of adherent or advocate of the Force. I thought that was a goddamn cool character. I don't give a shit what anybody says. I enjoyed him. Really, I would have liked to have seen the original cut. I really wish they'd bring that out. I'd pay money to see that because I have a feeling it might have a bit more artistic integrity than what we actually saw. But ultimately, I thought it was a pretty decent movie.
Okay, well said. Dr. Otto von Doofus, Photoshop Ryan Johnson's head on Indy's radar boulder, or Indy's radar's boulder. That's great, actually. Logan, Michael, maybe we can get them to do that one at the Disneyland one too, where you just see Ryan Johnson's head just rolling during that show. Logan, Michael, bow down to Cecil. LL, I just ordered my Cyberfrog book, and let's see, Ashchan, how do you say that?
Ashcan.
And keep up the great work, guys. The Outpatient. Ask Cecil. Cecil Nation or Sicilian Mafia? What you got, Cecil?
I am actually half Sicilian, so I'll go with the Sicilian Mafia.
Nice. All right. So Dio Brando, they're probably going to put the bikini on Lando to have it satisfy his pansexuality while he bangs robots. Sad but true. There's a Cecil and Harvey please that I read earlier, so we got a taste of that. Gemini Waters, try an Old Republic game, move on from the Skywalkers and embrace the Star Wars universe as its own entity. A time with active Sith and Jedi. Lucasfilm wasted opportunities. I agree. Cecil, watch the first episode of Girls.
Yes, that's when Kylo Ren took her from behind. He put her in a bad place, right over the couch.
Dip Trippy, Cecil 3PO, Reigns, Droids made the OT, love all. Nicholas Glenn, who all is drinking tonight with me minus Jeremy?
I am. I've got a little bit of bullet bourbon right here.
Oh, I drank a bunch of Woodford Reserve tonight. I'm drinking out of a bottle of water right now because I feel like shit and I got to go sailing in the morning.
Oh, you have to go sailing.
Oh, poor baby.
I'm drinking water because I got plans for tomorrow. So,
EVS.
What am I doing tomorrow?
No, what are you drinking? Are you drinking tonight minus me? Because I'm not drinking.
No, I haven't. I can't. I got to focus on you guys. I can't drink and do a live stream.
Ethan, our Star Wars Last Jedi viewing.
Yeah,
that's when we'll start drinking.
We should do it on Friday the 13th since it's a bad luck movie.
Ooh, I love it.
Bad luck thing.
Do we have a Friday the 13th?
Yeah, next Friday.
That works for me. That
All right,
works with my life.
I'll pencil it in right now, so it'll be on World Class Bullshitter since Jeremy said so. Cool.
Yep. Really good chef. Jeremy, is it true that you didn't show yourself last week because EVS belt whipped your face into oblivion for putting soy milk in your coffee?
That never happened. I would never do that.
I saw it. It happened.
Oh.
Well, first of all, I don't drink coffee, so that's...
Wait, you don't drink coffee? You don't drink booze? What do you drink, like Mountain Dew?
Mountain Dew, yeah, Dr.
What are
Pepper.
you, a Jehovah's Witness or something?
Pretty much. So, no, I just, I don't drink coffee. I've never drank coffee.
You celebrate a birthday?
I do. Definitely not a Jehovah's Witness. Nicholas Glenn, G&G, you need to get Doomcock in touch with Ivan for voice work. I can definitely make that happen. One of my favorite screen names is Panboy Lando Soy Child Dong Lover. SJWs are mad at Scarlett for taking the trans role. They are mad at her, so the SJWs are mad at her now?
Yeah, that's what the whole thing is. There's a big
Christ,
controversy
man.
or non-controversy. Who gives a shit? It's a fucking role.
The J
God
Maserati.
forbid an actor should fucking act.
Yeah,
I know, right?
So the J Maserati just got home. What's the top story tonight? Well, we tried to touch on a little bit, but it's been super chat after super chat, so we've kind of just been reading those off and touching on a few of those topics. But we started off with Ryan Johnson and his Twitter behavior of late, and how it kind of symbolizes that he's probably in trouble. At least that's what we're anticipating. So Alex Melendez says, Cecil, I just want you to know that I am training my dogs to attack you if they ever see you on the street. Damn.
You're not the only one.
Bazinski, touching on the topic from before, the SJW 2018 metal bikini becomes metal burqa, plus stock up on the original Star Wars material before it becomes harem, as in V for Vendetta. Bam, I like that. John D. Lord Doomcock, your Last Jedi review was the best I've heard. Uncle E, use everything you can to fight SJWs. I would like an army not using guns, but because the other side are using them. Thanks, great show. Nicholas Glenn, I asked about Dave G because he wrote BM versus Predator. So that's why he was asking about that earlier. So let's see. Cowabunga says, have you guys heard they are rebooting Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles? Any thoughts? Are they rebooting this again?
Yeah, we covered it on our show the other week.
What is the
they're doing
details
it again.
What are the details? Is Michael Bay involved?
I'll Google it. I didn't see any of the details. I saw that they were doing it again, like, because
I really did not like that most recent reboot. I really didn't like it.
The new cartoon looks like shit. Rise of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Jeez. Oh man.
Here we go, right here from the worst website, IO9, because they're in the Gawker thing. It said, I don't care that I'm using ad blocker. Fuck off. Paramount just hired a writer to reboot Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles franchise. Looks like Michael Bay they're still involved.
Ugh.
You know, they made, I think in the last reboot they made them from another planet, right?
No.
Did they make it just like with the Daredevil? Like they got hit with the same chemical as Matt Murdock? You know how they did that in the comic? They did that in the movie?
Yeah, April O'Neil had the turtles and she took them or something, and they got the shit spilled on them. It was a weird way to tie it all together, but they weren't from space. They were just poorly designed.
Yeah, it was bad. So Nicholas Glenn says, Jeff and EVS, do you guys like Iron Spidey in the MCU?
More than I thought I would.
Yeah.
For me, I hate the Iron Spider costume in the comic books. It makes sense for him to have that costume from Iron Man be in Infinity War, but I hope when we get Spider-Man Homecoming 2, they go back to no AI in this suit, just a classic suit made of whatever material it would be, and let him rely on his intellect and his own genius, because that's who Spider-Man is, not borrowing Tony Stark's costumes. I
agree. They're forgetting that Peter Parker was a genius child, and they're making him lean heavily on Tony Stark. It's bullshit. He doesn't need that suit.
Yeah, he was a high school science major. That's what they had in the original high school science major.
Colonel Comics says, I've arrived. This koi goy boy is full of soy. So let's see. Every evening, High Council got my Family Guy Star Wars and plan on watching it. Y'all should do a watch commentary. Hi there, Doomcock, Cecil, and Uncle E. Hello, everyone.
Wait, who said that about the Family Guy Star Wars?
High Recluse.
Paul Grimaldus.
Yes.
He posted that to our Facebook page. I saw it and gave it a like.
Okay. 6 turning 4 burning. Doomcock, your rules of canon should be written in stone. Hail Doomcock.
Thank you, my friend. I agree.
Cecil, how about some fly me to the moon? It says Spider-Man, not Bug Boy.
I'm not going to sing tonight. You've got a lot of super chats.
Would you like to hear Doomcock sing it?
Give me just a minute. I'm almost caught up. So Mike Kelly, thank you for the super chat. Levi Brown, any way you guys can get Alex Becker as a guest on the High Council, that would be freaking awesome. We'll work on that. Dio Brando, the Bay Turtles were going to be aliens at first. Cecil's not wrong. They got a shit ton of negative backlash and from the design, so they changed them. Anthony R, thank you for the super chat. Why does Disney hate The Last Jedi so much? We haven't had a full-fledged Jedi Order since the prequels. Or why does Disney hate the Jedi? I wanted to say The Last Jedi because I see hate in Jedi, and I think it's The Last Jedi. So why does Disney hate the Jedi so much? We haven't had a full-fledged Jedi Order since the prequels. I was expecting Luke to be on his own Jedi Council and sending guys on missions to protect the galaxy. You're 100% right, Anthony. A lot of us were expecting to see things like that, and it's not so much that we didn't get what we wanted to see as much as what we got was complete and utter garbage. And it just portrayed everything that we came to know and love from the original trilogy. So you're not alone with that. Okay, so
religious connotations too. That's why I think they stuck away from the Jedi. Religious connotations.
That's a possibility. Okay, so do you guys want to hear? Do you want to hear Cecil or Doomcock do a number here?
Duet? Yeah.
I can do "Fly Me to the Moon" real quick for you, and then he can take it over. Y'all want to hear it?
Let's do it. Let's do it.
Fly me to the moon and let me play among the stars. There you go.
That was great. Cecil?
I liked it. Do you want me to add to it?
Yeah.
Let me show you what love is like on Jupiter and Mars. Is that how it goes? Oh, let me see what spring is like on Jupiter and Mars. In other words, hold my hand. In other words, baby, kiss me. Fill my heart with song and let me sing forevermore.
I'll take it. You are all I long for, all I worship and adore. In other words, please be true. In other words, Jack. Go ahead, Cecil.
Love you.
Do.
Very good.
That was great. That was
we gotta
great.
have a Christmas special with you guys singing all the hits.
Great job, everyone. You need this. You need to play the piano, Ethan.
I don't know if I can ever hear music again. I think
Everything's gonna sound like garbage from this point forward.
Oh man, that was great. And I think we really got buried in the super chats. So and party Elm Civi, I think I'm saying that right. Hail Doomcock, the true lord of the Sith and jazz.
Thank you, sir.
Now you're the true lord of the Sith and jazz.
Yeah, take that, Seth MacFarlane.
Now, do you guys have any closing thoughts before we wrap?
Closing thoughts?
Yeah, closing thoughts. Let's just
that hoe over there.
Jerry Springer does that.
Oh, hang on, we got another. Evil Lash 3373. Doomcock singing made me moist. The High Council should just be Cecil and Doomcock. The rest of you are expendable. Ouch!
Oh, wow.
Ouch!
No, that's not true.
Ouch!
Well, make sure you guys subscribe to their channel so you can make that happen.
Yeah,
That's right. I will moisten upon demand for money.
All right, so I'm a woke Ryan Seacrest. What the fuck? That's offensive. So somebody just said that.
I think it was a compliment. Ryan Seacrest slayed a lot of women back in the early 2000s.
Can we copy strike EVS? That's what Sin said. No, we can't. Like the last call at every karaoke bar. So go Geoffrey. I don't know how to say that one. So and for the tip jar, Spider-Man, not Bug Boy, and Mike Kelly. So anyway, Mike Kelly says, F Boba Fett, give us Cad Bane film. That's what I've been saying for a while. Justin Kelly, Doomcock in the 60s, a high school science major was someone who got their degree in TVR and VCR repair. TV and VCR repair from the back of a comic. Peter was a fake. That was funny. But anyway, I think we're going to wrap this up. So do you guys have anything you want to add before we close the show out? Ethan's eating.
No, I'm not eating. Somebody sent me a Jason Ward video that's roasting one of my videos.
He blocked me.
I got to watch. This video. It's like Jason Ward and the quest for the perfect Star Wars video. I'm replacing Soy Boy caricature with a Jason Ward caricature immediately. The video has been up here online and available to view for at least 6 hours. 409 views.
Man, just knocking it out of the park right there, isn't he?
How many hours was that?
No, at least 19 comments. I'm subscribing to this bitch.
So, Jeremy, do you want to make this guy feel inadequate? What did we do? We both put out a similar video yesterday. In the first 6 hours, we both were at 40,000 views. So
let me check. Yeah, I just want to see the video that he's making fun of mine, which is the video where I was making fun of him. So he roasted me, and he got 409 likes. I'm afraid
409 views.
409 views. I'm afraid I've got 31,900 views on the video that's making fun of him. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, Jason. It seems that we found the perfect Star Wars video. They're all coming from the High Council.
Boom.
They're in abundance.
Boom.
Thank you very much.
Boom. It's making, what is it? It's makingstarwars.net. Is that his channel?
Yeah. And honestly, I don't know, sub to him. I don't know. Go sub to him. Go say. I would say don't sub to him. No, go sub.
Give
to
him a
the
pity
poor guy.
sub. He needs it. Tell
him that we sent him though in the comments section to let him know.
Yeah.
Go to Jason. Go to Jason Ward's makingstarwars.net and also go to Steel Wars and shoot him some subs because he definitely needs it. Because you know what, I feel bad for those guys because they've been sucking Disney's dick for like 3 years and they can't get any traction. So the High Council is going to send some support the way. So go ahead, give him a sub. Tell him we said hello. And
hello from the High Council, bitch.
Hello.
There you go.
So, because, hey, we're not here to tear people down. You guys need help. We're here to help. We're here to help.
That's what we do.
That's what we do. So you're in search of the perfect Star Wars video. We're going to help provide that for you, buddy.
Give until it hurts. You.
Jane Smith says not going to sub to that trash. Logan Michael, thank you for the super chat. He says y'all have a good one. And and we really appreciate all the support. It was great. Abundance, thank you for saying Jeremy. Appreciate it. You're always so supportive. Again, if you guys have not subscribed to all the channels involved, we have World Class Bullshitters. Subscribe to World Class Bullshitters. Subscribe to Comic Artist Pro Secrets. Subscribe to Overlord DVD, which is Doomcock's channel. And Cecil, yours is Dick and Comics, D-I-C-K and Comics. Is that what it is?
Cecil is Dick and Comics.
Cecil is Dick and Comics. So
I want to give a shout out to 3 Indiegogos, Iron Sights, of course, Sciver Fraud, and also coming on the 5th, Mitch Brightweiser's Red Rooster.
Hey, thank you so much for that, Cecil. Appreciate your support. And we'll see you again. I hope you can be available for next week's High Council. I would like to have you on, if that's okay with you.
If I'm around, I'll be here. I promise.
Don't die tomorrow, please.
It could happen any day now. It could happen.
Well, I want to thank one more time for Doomcock for having Doomcock on. He was great. Again, thank you for being available and bringing your amazing opinions and your amazing talents and your amazing worshipers over here to the High Council. So we've had a great time having you the last few weeks, and I'm sure we're going to see more of you.
Thank you, Jeremy. Thank you, guys. Jeff and Ethan, it's great to work with you again. Thank you.
Always a pleasure.
Pleasure meeting you.
Before I go, folks, I said at the beginning of the show, I'll say it at the end. If you're in the Midwest and you want to meet all the guys from World Class Bullshitters, we just got approved for our first live appearance. We're going to be at Horror Hound, Indianapolis on the 24th through the 26th of August. We're going to be giving away some free stuff. We're going to be drinking, hanging out. So if you're over 21, come get drunk with us.
Definitely. And then Demogenai. Says, tell the High Council sends their regards. Data Racer 117 says Steele and Ward get 35 views on their streams. Nicholas Glenn Doomcock is now a legionnaire on your page. I'm now a legionnaire on your Patreon, joining EVS World Class G&G as well tonight. Great job, guys. Nicholas, thank you. You've been amazing. You're clearly a big fan of Doomcock now, and we're happy that we were able to introduce you. Down Forward Punch says Doomcock for permanent High Council status. Wolfman Jack says Russian bot here. Got nothing to say. Just want to give you some money. But yeah, it's been a great episode. Thank you all for the support. We're going to see you next week on Ethan's channel, right, Ethan? We're on Comic Artist Pro Secrets.
That's correct. So if you haven't subscribed to Comic Artist Pro Secrets, please do. We're going to be back next week, bigger and better than ever. because we get better every week, guys. I mean, we get
really
better
do.
every week.
And don't forget to go subscribe to Steel Wars and MakingStarWars.net. They need all the support they can get. This is desperate times. They have literally just gotten to the point where they're just making false accusations all across the internet against anybody they can.
They're throwing shade at us, trying to get our audience to come over.
I
Well,
know.
you got them. You got them. You want us? You got them.
But in
Go
all
get 'em.
seriousness, also definitely support for real now. Support Rebel Force Radio because those guys are taking hell right now. Absolute hell, and it's bullshit. But yeah, give them a sympathy sub over there at Steel Wars and MakingStarWars.net. They need all the help they can get.
Oh, I love Jane Smith. She's like, I'm not subbing to that.
And don't
Good
forget
girl.
our
All
Last
right.
Jedi drunk commentary, guys, on the 13th of this month now.
That's right. That's right. Okay. Well, for Ethan, for Jeff, for Doomcock, and for Cecil, I'm Jeremy. I've been your host. Thank you all for checking out the High Council. We will see you next week over on Comic Artist Pro Secrets. Have a great night, everyone.
Good night.
Good night.
Bye.